Hello, hello. Sounds better. Can't hear you. Hope you can now. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. Can't hear me still. Oh dear. There's always something. Hello, Tom. Can you hear me, Tom? Brian Toomer. Oh, I've not come across you before, Brian. Hello, Brian Toomer. Can somebody tell me if my sound is working? Yes, we can. Oh, that's great. Graham Davids, good evening to you. 14 in the house. That's good. I'm going to be running some trains in a minute. I just thought I'd see you in the door first. Yeah, Mike Hubton's give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Well, cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining me again tonight. I am running a little bit late. Peter Jones, good evening. Viewers didn't forget to put. No, wasn't it Tim's model hobby desk was running tonight, so I thought I'd start an hour later. And we got the oh, you got a goblin there, Chris. Well done. I do like a hobgoblin ruby. Evening, Fred. Here we go. It's the madness has started. Hello, Mick at Edgeley Park Station. Yeah, Chris at Valleys is here. Ian Fraser. Sound okay. Hi, Alan. Hello, Ian. How are you? I'll swap over to the trains in a minute. Has anybody been watching Mark at Model Railway Fantasia? No, Model Railway Fantasia, and the little skirmish he had with Barry Davis, which is a bit of a shame because it looks like Barry Davis has gone off the air. Here working on the layout. That's Lee at Anfield Road layout in the loft. Which one are you working on? I think you've got three layouts on the go, haven't you, Lee? Yes. I've never seen. I watched a bit of Tim's. Was it Tim's? Um, Model desk doing points and things tonight. Yeah, it was a bit naughty, wasn't it? I don't know what Barry had gone off on a limb for. I went to watch the video and it had already been taken down and couldn't find Barry Davis at all. So I gather he's muted his channel for the moment. I don't mind Barry Davis. I know he has a bit of a pop now and again, but as he says he is a silly old man, a bit like me, really, I suppose. Yes, that was a bit nasty. Yeah, 18 in the house. Oh, all do us a favour, tickle the little like button for me. It all helps. 19 in the house. Excellent. We might get Bernie popping in a bit later. He's been watching the Formula One again. I didn't even know it was on. Sorry. Seemed to be in a different world. He was bang out of order. I never see the video itself. When I went to watch it, it had already gone. So yeah, yeah. I don't know what was up with Barry because normally he's quite a gent, but I know he has a pop now and again. But he certainly upset Mark. And well, if you don't like something, if it's that bad, you should say something, shouldn't you? So yeah. So how is Tom? I haven't done a what is it? What would we do? A Zoom meeting or something? I haven't done one of those for ages. I must get round to doing it again on a Wednesdays, but I never seem to have enough time. What with the railway, the grandson, daughter, living life, and wow, summer's coming to an end. Although it's still really hot here again tonight. I watched the eclipse through my welding goggles the other day, which is great. And I'm pretty sure I see the International Space Station float over across the sky last night, was it, or the night before? So, lots of looking into the sky. Right, let's have a change of camera. You must have had enough of this ugly mug. There we go. Let me try and change the camera. Oh, there we go. Oh, I dropped my mouse. Hang on. Hope the sound's still okay. There we go. I'm going to. Hey, oh, here we go. Blayton Bridge Model Railway. Good evening. I'm just going to check on the list to see if I've got you. I don't think I. Buckland. No, I've not heard from you before, Blyton. Is that correct? If so, could I have your personal so I can put it down on my list? Um, that's Blyton Bridge Model Railway. Have you got a channel? Digger's in the house. It's Digger. He's saying hello to everybody in one big go. Yeah, well done, Digger. Okay. Yeah, Digger's in the house. Watch out. I was just seeing if I could get the personal for Blyton Bridge. Don't want to keep calling you Blyton Bridge. So I like adding everybody to the list so I can quickly have a look at my list and say hello. All right, where are we? Yes, that's me. Yes, I do, but not sure how to share it. Um, hmm. Well, I'm sure if they tap Blyton Bridge Model Railway in, they're going to find your channel, and I'm going to certainly have a look at it. Hmm. Okay. Oh, sorry, Toby. That's me. Hello, Toby. I'm going to add you to my list, Toby. Excuse me why I do that. Because it means a bit of the old tippy tappy business. Blyton. Blyton Bridge. That's it, and it's Toby. Here we go. Thank you, Toby, for that. Mark the vicar. Oh no, I'm not sure what's going to happen now. The vicar's in the house. Tell matron, quick. Hello, Mark. How are you, mate? Ah, and anybody? Oh, look, Vallis has done it. Well done. Thank you, Chris. You are on the ball. I enjoyed your chat on the telephone about the world, space, and everything the other day. That was great. I did enjoy that. And, well, looking forward to the next telephone call. Mark the Vicar. Look out. Mark the Vicar's fine. That's good. Yeah. Right. I think I better send some trains off, haven't I? Everything's standing still. So I've got S15 pulling the parcels truck thing. I've got the 4MT pulling the tankers. I've got the class 411 or SEP, 4 SEP on the passengers. And I've also got Blackmore Vale, the spam can. And in the sidings, I've got Churchill, but she's a noisy cow, so we might leave her there, or we might get her out before it gets too late. So I think we're going for the S15 first. There she goes. Go through the station. See, I can look at my thing and say, "Hello, Riggsy. How you doing, son? Good to see you." That's why I got people on the list, because I'd never remember with a brain like mine. How's Riggsy? I think that's how he calls himself. There we go. Matt the Dragon. Here we go again. Matt the Dragon Railways is Matthew. Hello, Matthew. How are you, sir? Glad you've joined us. I've finished editing my next video. Oh, we're going to have to have a look at that. So, our Philip. Is Philip here? My share of me, Philip is here somewhere. Oh, he is. Hello, my dear friend Philip. How are you? How's Vera? Yes, I'm fine, Philip. Thanks very much. And wow, got 25 in the house at the moment. I didn't see you pop up there, Philip. Sorry about that. New comments. I have a job sign keeping it up. Mark certificate. He don't need marking. Nothing grumble, Philip. No. I like the look of my 31. Well, 31, yeah, it really is an old. She is definitely a triangle. I've added some extras to it, like snow plows, a front 3-link coupling, and I painted her axle boxes yellow, like they're tin cans. Um, all right, trying for a bit more action then, is it? There goes the 4-set. I'll get the other side of the camera in a minute, and I'll give you a closer look at her. Because I have added the brush to her. And well, I've had it since I was a child. So, and grandson's got a blue version of the 31. Now, where are we? Ivor the engine. See, I can have a look on my list and get Ivor's. It's Martin. Hello, Martin. How are you? You liking the look of this? Nice. I started with no microphone again tonight. I don't know why. I think I picked the wrong one out the list again. I'm not sure what mic's on, but oh, all okay, thank you. Vera is knitting a new sweater for me. All good. Hopefully it'll be done before winter hits. Lucky me. Yes, lucky you, eh? Right. Got one standing still, which is Blackmore Vale. There you go. He's with the southern rake of carriages. So we've got 2 greens on the top. Look at that. Right, is everything all right? Oh no, we've still got the M4 MT tank to go. Don't think I have access to the subscriber list. What are we talking about here? Time for a top up, Nick. Yes, Fred. Time for a top up. I've just got my list of names and I need it because some people I know off by heart and others I don't. Like Chris at Valleys, I think I've got his right. I shall check the list just to make sure. Yes, of course it's Chris. Yeah. 22 in the house, still going up. I've been busy with electrics. Oh man, have I been busy with electrics? Scorching my brain. Here's Mark. Hello, Mark. How are you? What's your river scene today? Excellent. Working again, so I'll be listening in tonight. Oh, you're welcome. Timber's in the house. Timber, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you? We got Captain Static at Stanover Model Railway in as well. That's 23 in the house. Evening all, and Fred's everywhere. Yeah, there has been a mention of Fred so far. Ah, then, let me have a look. Oh, see, I haven't got timber, so I haven't got your personal. Doesn't matter if you don't want to give it. It's nice to know. Middleport Anthony. Yeah, that's right. Peter Miller at Delphi Junction. How are you, sir? Great to see you. Um, so the sound and the picture's okay, I take it. Everybody saying hello to each other. Um, oh dear, keeping an eye on all these trains. All good here. Yes, it's frozen for the moment. I think I'm going to bring the S15 in. Just coming out the tunnel about now. There she comes. There she comes. There she comes. She's going to have a little break, and we'll get rid of the. Let's take her back a bit, actually. That's it, alongside the 31 there. And we'll take her away. An old Formby 4MT, is it? Makes traffic time cleanser. Turning out to be quite a good machine. Well, sound and picture is fine. Thank you. Great. Yes, the EMU, the Class 411 is. I bought it off Mark. That's Captain Static at Stanover Model Railway. He let me buy it off him. As I remember them as a child, clean and green and no smoke. I also remember I think they were the span cans, all dirty and not looking good at all. It, the Worley tickets is out this weekend coming then, or I'll stop the EMU unit, the class 411. I'll stop her on the top so we can have a better look at her. Now she's on number 2. So we've got it. Worley's at the NEC, isn't it? We went through this the other night. There she comes, there she comes, there she comes, there she comes, there she comes. Yeah, this is the Southern Region 3rd Rail EMU. And there she is. Look at that. 26th of November. Okay. Maybe I can get her up just a bit more. She's a nice mover as well. There we go. Yes, the lines of brass door handles being slammed and shut at stations, and you could stick your head out of the window while it was going along and dodge all the bridges and tunnels and come home with a sooty face. The black triangle on the front. Yeah, I think she has. Oh, maybe it hasn't. I don't know. Let me take it back a bit and we'll see. No, she hasn't got a black triangle on this one, I'm afraid. But yeah, good machine. Okay, let's get her off on her way. Yes, 15. I slagged it off when I got it because it hasn't been painted. It should have had a coat of paint. It's just black plastic, and I was really unhappy when I bought it, but it's turned out to be a really nice mover, really nice train. Right, I think we should let's, where are we? Nature was one burn it. That's our matron. And you can open. Oh, you was a naughty boy, Tom. I do know what you mean. Anyone that's going to the Brighton Model Show? Pub event on the 19th and 20th November. Oh, you never know. Brighton is a fair old leg from here, though. So let's do a bit of train shuffling because I feel like getting Spitfire out. Hello, Mark Wilson. Good evening to you. Oh, I've gone past the junction now. Right, let's see if I can do this next time around. Good evening, Mark. Mark Wilson. Well, it looks like a class 37 on your, or is that something else like a Peaks on your icon? When are you going to get your class 20, Alan? Buckland just put a new tall one on the market. Oh, good. Then maybe Mark will sell me his class 20 at a reasonable price and I'll have one. Oh, we've got 29 in the house. Are we going to break the 30 barrier? That'd be nice. Let's bring Blackmore violin to thingy. Oh, now I want to change pipe number 5. And we're going to get the S15 to come off and go into a siding for the moment, hopefully without derailing. Spitfire, that's from Faversham. Yes, the Faversham Brewery. It does make some great beers. One of my favourites is Master Brew. Some people call it Grumble Tummy, but I love it. I can get through a gallon of it in an afternoon. 3017. I'm not sure what that is. Worthington Model Railway. Hang on a minute. Let me bring up my list. Worthington Model Railway. Hello, Steve. How are you, sir? I'm just trying to get another locomotive onto the circuit. Hopefully, I can do this. It's Spitfire. It's an old Triang, and she's got one heck of a train with her. Oh, right. Yes, she is. Let me shut that point off. Clickety clack. Got the new Class 20 sound fitted as well. Right, come on, Spitfire. It's early enough for you to make a noise. I'll bring her around and stop her here because she does make a noise. I won't be able to put up with too much of it. Here she comes. This thing will pull a house down. There we go. Look, it's probably like 40 years difference between the top one. No, the top one's 2002, and I reckon Spitfire's about I don't know. I really don't know. 1965 or something like that. And in a tug of war, the new one would lose terribly. Spitfire can just. Oh, where are we? Yeah, the Dragon Hours. Do apologize for not chatting much at the moment. I'm listening to the stream and reading as I go along. Okay. Hang on, men are not meant to multitask. You're only meant to do one or the other. Or so my mum used to tell me. Ton Spitfire, yeah, she's coming to get you. This thing has got tender pickups, which I've done, and yeah, we'll literally pull a house down this thing. Let's send her off. I'll give her a couple of laps, and I've got to get rid of her because she's noisy. Look at this. I've got a nasty gradient on this bottom track, and she don't care. She just does not care. I've got the Castle class Spitfire. Didn't know they'd done that. I'm going to have a pint of. Oh, I said I was going to get Spitfire off, and she's gone past the junction. So I'm reading the comments. What was this about? Surely, craft beer. Hopefully, it's an English craft beer. I've never heard of it. A pint of Surely. I'm not sure about the Citra. Oh, the milk tankers are going for it, aren't they? Slow down, girl. Uh, Mark the Victor. 65 was a good year for me. I was trapped in a woman's body until then. Oh, dear. Mark, you do know how to make a giggle, don't you? Right. Spitfire is coming off. Off we go, girl. Oh, the noise is crazy. I must try and put some sound dampening into her body. There we go. Don't mention bodies, but Vickers around. You know what it's like. Right, now then, point number 5, and we'll have the S15 back again. Right, steady, girl. Come on, down you come. There we go. Oh, oh, I see. Yes, Worthington Model Railway. I've got it now. Of course, you're in the USA, aren't you? Um, okay. Well, I hope you're enjoying your beer anyway. It's a Minnesota brewery. Okay. I've turned so many French people living here in Dover. I've turned so many French people into drinking English ales because there is no gas. It comes from the cellar with a hand pump. And it's really nice if the bar girl's pretty to see her working the handle. Quite nice. Always a bit of subbing and that going on. That's good. Where are we? Martin Hall. This is my first time I've ever seen your railway. And it's amazing. Well, thank you very much, Martin. Have you got your own channel? Do you run your own YouTube channel? If so, it's worth plugging it here. You'll probably get some subs. Let's take that back a bit. I'm gonna get the 35, 31, sorry, and play with her. I can't bring her up because yeah, there's no power on that bit of I just go and get it. Let's just have a quick look. More tea, Vicar. Yes, that's right, Fred. Thank you very much. More money, Vicar. Finished my chapter, so I'm fully here now. How's the wiring coming on? Sorry, Alan, if you've, oh, I am still at it. I've got all the points working on the western throat of the station. Now I've got it. The tricky bit is to add the relays for every point as a relay, and that's where it starts to burn the brain. Bar may even improves every point after every point. I know. And she's still pulling on that big handle. That's what I like. Yeah. I'm scribing. Greatly appreciated, mate. Yeah, cool. Yeah. It's your round, Fred. Okay. Right, what are you having, guys? Oh, okay. I'm smoking a fag. Mm. I wonder if it's some of the fags that I used to smoke, very special ones. Don't do it anymore, and I've got no lungs left. Right, I'm going to get the 31 and just show you. It's my childhood 31 here to come. Let's see that. Come on, baby. Sit. My 31. Triangle 31. I had a little paint up, but tinting actual, and I put, oops, I put snowplow on the front and a link coupling and some pipes. Well, hope you can see that. She is due to go 8-wheel drive. Look, she's got 4 rear wheel pickups, homemade jobbies. So she doesn't stumble too much. Seems to get over most things. And grandsons got the blue version. We have got a few diesels here, but this doesn't run very well because it's got no pickup from the back whatsoever. So she's an old pig really, but that's good. She works well. Right, I'm going back to the control desk. Right, believe us. Oh, look at that! You're getting some help then, aren't you? Let me see in the compass. I should try it, shouldn't I? I think I can hide that, and I don't know if this is clickable, is it? If not, I'm just going to drop it into the. Just going to drop it into. Oh, comments. What's this? Okay. Hey. Oh, I'm going to now pick up on Middleport. Have I? Back. You have a good community. Very supportive of each other. Yeah, it's good. Oh, I'm going to have a look at this bridge because I do like my bridges. I make all mine from cardboard. Yeah, the river is coming on lovely. Berks River, I must say. Are these clickable links? Because I'm in StreamYard, so as soon as I go over a link, it just disappears. And what does it say? Show, hide, yeah. But this is just one of those. This is in studio. Um, okay, copy it. Yes, the links are clickable in YouTube, of course, because you're on YouTube, and I'm well, I'm forward in the future about 40 seconds. So here we go. See what this does. I've got no idea how this works. So um, uh, no, sorry, I don't have a channel. I'm retired now. Spend most of my working life on British Rail and had a few years with the NHS. Hey, Adam's in the house. Hello, Adam. How are you, sir? It's Flymo Chairman. How are you, sir? Hopefully you're good. Hmm. Now I've forgotten what's going on. I've got that standing still. Why is nothing moving? Um, all right, there we go. Everybody knows a flybow when they see one. Yeah, then fine. All right, we've got that going. That's two. What's on this one then? Oh, we've lost. I've lost the train. Oh no. Ah, I've lost the train in the tunnel. No, I haven't. I can see her over there. I'm going to get her in a minute. She's decided to have a knock. Everybody's saying hello to Flyman, Flymo, and Flymo's having a good go back. Lee's here, hot dog pilot. Hang on a minute, I've got to get the list. I got to get the list. It's my brain. Hello, Andy. How are you? A hot dog pilot. And we got Angel, the Angel of Crew, which I think is, let me guess. Hang on. Don't let me guess. Rachel. Hello, Rachel. Nice to have you along. Yeah, Rachel. That's good. I've got it right. Everybody knows Rachel. Welcome aboard, Rachel. 38? You're joking. Got 38 people watching. Oh, I have. Oh, right. I don't know how to do this, but I've got Captain Static that wants to come in and say hello. Shall we let him in? Or shall we leave him out there to roast? Do you reckon? Peter Miller, how's it hanging? Well, yeah. Same as it always does. So right, let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can. I think I've got to go like that. And then I've got to go like this. Hey, hello, Mark. Are you there? You left the town.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Yeah, Mark.
hello, Al. Sorry. You're right, Al.
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. I've never done this before, so that's
Well,
cool.
that's why I thought I'd come up and say you had a willing victim. As in me.
Yeah, well, it seems to work okay.
Yeah. No, I was downstairs, but I've just come upstairs and put the computer on. So I thought,
Now
as
then,
I
we've got
gate
40.
crash burn, is
Oh,
a
go on.
great cashew. I thought, as I great gate crash burn is the other night, I gate crash you now.
Yeah, why not? Now then, I've got Peter Norris just popped in the door. Hello, Peter. How are you? Now I've got somebody else. Dinmore Junction. I've got to bring up my list. Hang on, Mark. Be with you in a second.
All right, mate.
Dinmore. Ah, I haven't got Dinmore Junction. Dinmore, wasn't it? Dinmore Junction Model Railway. Ah, he knows you. But I haven't got him on the list. He's not on the list. Why is this? Crossways Bernie's in the house now, and it's 38 in the channel, I think, according to my dashboard. Hello, Bernie. How are you, dear sir? Um, um, settings. Oh dear.
What's that, Al? Oh, he's
Oh,
putting
there we
in.
go.
There we go. That's in stereo.
Oh, it's 40. It's 40. Am I going to beat my record of 45? I don't know.
Not with me on, you
I'm not
won't.
giving away any prizes. I'm sorry, I can't hear you too well, Mark. I don't know why that is.
I don't know, Al.
Ah, we've got some French speaking going on now. Middleport saying hello to Philippe. High fly. High fly, mate. Okay, I got it. Okay. I'm going to take my ugly fizzock off here and go back to this camera, I think. No, to this one. That's it. Okay. 40 watching, 20 likes. Please click the thumbs, folks. Yes, please. It all helps. We've slipped down to 37 now.
That's because I'm on, Al.
Huh?
That's because
What have
my
you done?
husband on you. Nothing.
I
Because
didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Oh, Peter, who cares? Now, what's Peter saying? Pint for everyone if you hit 40. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Fred's buying. So I'm just checking that I haven't missed anybody. Give me a chance. I've just turned on. I've got to go and rescue the 4MT, is it? The tank engines come off again. And we might as well send Blackmore Vale off. There she goes. She's away now. I don't know how many people you invite in. I really don't know.
a few, Al.
Sorry?
You can do a few because Bernie had, 5 of us in the other night on
Yeah,
Thursday.
that Bernie's got the paid version. This is the free version. So let's see what happens.
All right. You said about the class. Yeah, you said about the class 20.
Say that again.
You said about the class 20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me speak to David and we'll sort something out.
All right. Yeah.
If you want
Yeah. Let me know.
I mean, we've
I'm not
got.
made of money at the moment. I've got a daughter that needs lots of support, so she seems to have her hands on my wallet strings. But
I
That's
didn't
the
say
way
you've
life
made
goes.
it, Al. I was just saying if you wanted to. No,
Oh,
I ain't got my your hand tied behind your back, have I?
you what?
I ain't tying
No,
your
no,
hand.
no. I can hardly hear you because I've only got my laptop speaker because I'm worried about the echoes. But yeah, those spammers. But
Well, I can. I've got the weathered one. Well, we've got the weathered one, and I think there's two other ones that are clean.
uh, what?
The class 20s.
Yeah,
We've got the weathered one which you saw, what I brought round.
yeah.
So there's that one, and I think I'm sure I saw two others on the layout as well.
Okay,
And
I
I was
don't
like,
mind
well,
weathered or clean. I really don't mind.
okay, well, it's up to you. I say I'll try and speak to David in a week and see what he says, and then we'll get back to you.
Right, I think we've got somebody else now. Who's this come in the house then? Oh, Finnerton. Finnerton. Good evening, Clive, isn't it? Clive, I believe. Clive?
It's
No,
Brian.
not Clive. I've got to look at the list. It's Brian.
Brian.
Oh, bloody hell. Hang on a minute. Finnerton Brian. Of course it is. Oh, my brain's terrible.
You're terrible.
Yeah, I know. I've taken years to get like it, so it's all right.
I thought you had.
Right, I'm just going to go and rescue a locomotive. Back in 2 secs. It's amazing. She's been around the circuit, I don't know, 20 laps, and then just decides to jump the rail. There she comes again. There she comes again. Yeah, hi, Brian. How are you, mate? Good to see you're here. And we slipped right down to 29, so you must have cheesed some people up. Or they're
Yeah,
going somewhere.
probably don't want to see me
You
again.
stood up to 14 nearly. It's gone right down to 20, 30. Oh, it's going back up again. So, can I do a station stop on what can I do a station stop on? I think I've lost my S15 now.
Oh,
Oh
that's
no, there
careless
you
of
go.
you, Al.
He's doing all right. I think we've got somebody else coming in the house now. Where the Martin for which Trans-Pennine Rail Track. Wow. I worked for British Rail, but it was British Rail Sea Link. Nothing to do with trains, regretfully. Now then, on the
That's very.
Trans-Pennine, that wouldn't have been Woodhead. Was it Woodhead? Woodhead was open when I first started trucking. Woodhead, was that right? Over the Pennines? Oh dear. Oh, oh dear, I'm trying to keep up with everything, and I didn't stop it. I haven't stopped any trains yet. They're all blasting around. Oh, hang on a minute. Right, this is going to be. I'm going to invite Steve from. Yeah. Now I see him. I recognise his layout and his room. Hang on, just going to add it to the stream, Steve.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey.
hello, sir. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. I'm good. I'm on my
I'm
phone,
going to.
and so I'm not quite sure how
Let
this
me
is going
just
to work.
let me just stop everything because I cannot hear. So I'll just stop all my trains for the moment. And so how are you, Steve?
I'm good. I'm on my phone,
You good?
so can you hear me?
All right. Yes, I
Yeah.
can perfectly.
Good.
Thank you very much.
And I'm up in the
Oh,
train loft. Been,
yeah, up in the loft, mate. Yeah, yeah.
been
It's
trying
really warm.
to. I'm trying to get my new cricket ground built out
Yes, up on the hill. Yes.
right here. So
Yeah. Have you
it's
ever
what I've
played
been
the
working
game,
on.
Steve?
It's what I've been working on today. So
Okay. Have you ever played cricket, Steve?
oh yes, I used to play cricket all the time, a lot.
Wow. Well,
Well,
did you spend some time in the UK,
we've had this
or are you a UK?
Yeah, we've
Go
had
on.
this conversation before. Remember, I'm from Thanet,
Oh, right.
from
That's my
Ramsgate.
adult brain.
Yeah, so I'm from Ramsgate. Yes.
Mm. Mm.
So I used to play a lot of cricket back then. Yes.
Right.
This is where my cricket ground is right now, but it's really small, and so
Okay.
I'm going to convert that into a bowling ground, and then put the cricket over on the other side where I'm building that other stuff out. So,
All right.
and here's my here's my
go on.
pint of Surly Citra. So,
Oh, yeah. Okay. But do you have any real ales there? You know, where you don't need gas to get them up from the cellar?
nah, we don't have too many craft. We have a lot of craft beers, but we don't have like real ales with beer pumps. But
No, never mind.
But
It's purely a British thing, really, isn't it?
it is, yeah, yeah. So I have to use gas on my pumps on my bar. So.
You've got your own bar?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got my own bar down there. Hang on, I don't know.
How nice! You seem to have got everything. I mean, you're a Ramsgate boy. That's amazing.
Can you see my bar down there?
Oh wow! Some people know how to live, don't they?
Yeah, there's
What's
my
the cars?
yeah, there's my
What's the
E-Type.
cars?
There's my E-Type and some other Jags down there. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Jag nutcase.
Yeah.
Wow. Lucky boy.
Yeah. Just a few toys here and there.
Yeah, you got to have your toys. The boys happy when they got their toys. Wow, I spy an E-Type, says Valleys. Wow. Are they all on the road then, Steve?
The only one that's not running right now is that XJS convertible that's down there. But the rest of them are all running.
Wow.
Hang on, I'll go downstairs. Show you them.
Yeah, please. I go to the pub every week on a Friday, and I get to drive my mate's V6 3-litre XF.
Okay, so there's a Series 1 XJ6.
Oh, lovely.
That's a Mark 10, well, 420G, 67 420G.
That's a Mark 10.
Mark 10, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And then there's a 420 over there in the corner. And this XJ6 needs, I had a paint job done on this a few years ago. And about 3 or 4 years ago, all the paint started peeling off. So I got to get it repainted.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, she does need it.
Yep. And there's an XJ40. And there's XK8 convertible over here.
Oh, man, I'm so jealous of you.
And there's the E-Type.
Wow. I'm jealous, mate. I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
I'll go back up to the trains. Let's stop talking about cars.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few Jag nutters in here, including Captain Static. He loves his Jags as well.
Yep, I certainly do. You know, they're not nice collection you've got there, Steve.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple more too, but they're in my other garage, and along with my Land Rover in 1974.
Yay!
Is that a Series 2 or Series 3? Series 2, yeah. Sorry,
Series
Steve,
3
I'm not quite sure when they come out.
Land Rover's a Series 3. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, it was, Steve, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Series 3.
Yeah,
Can you give us a
not quite.
tour, Steve? Can you give
Yeah,
us
I
a
can
tour
give
of
it to
your
you.
layout?
Let's start at one end. Okay, so this is my 009 section back here. So you can see I got a few 009 locos and things. And then we come along here and some interesting bits and pieces, and then we get towards the station area. Let me know if you can see this okay, because I can't see because I'm on my phone. So it's
No, you're doing fine. You're doing
and
fine.
then I get these get all these terraced houses along here. And here's the station. And then here's my bus depot.
Oh. Is that the super quick one?
That's the super quick one.
Yeah, lovely.
And then other stuff. And there's my plowing engines in the field. And there's the Queen's Head.
Wow.
And then along here we get a farmhouse that's stuck between the tracks. And then I got my caravan site up here. You come back down here a bit. We get the yard, and then we got the industrial area all along here. And
Right. Okay.
gas works. And then I got a couple more
Yeah.
Walthers kits that are going right in right there.
Okay.
And then this is my colon stage here. There's a mess down here because I'm working on the cricket ground back there.
Okay. Yeah.
Along there. And then I got a building site I'm putting in here that I just started on. That needs. And then I kind of kit bashed this roundhouse here from Metcalf Kits, but I got to connect it up to the rest of the track. It's sort of isolated, and put that bridge in, and then going to connect it up to here. And then I get
work in progress.
Got some more cottages here, and then we get the river runs along to the castle, and then we get to
look at that.
the church, and we're back where we started.
Yeah. Okay. I noticed some white cliffs on the voyage around your lost railway there.
Yeah, well, that's because I haven't got around to painting them yet, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Very good.
So
I did like the castle.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on with the castle. There's an old blower Bentley in there too.
How nice.
Yep.
I mean, if you're a Ramsgate boy, it was Ramsgate, wasn't it? You obviously know Dover Castle here, then.
I do indeed. Yep.
Yeah.
And Leeds Castle.
And Leeds Castle, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so
very nice. Very nice.
That's kind of it. It's a bit of a mess up here because I'm working on stuff, but you know how that goes, right? You know.
Well, yeah, if you see my loft, you'd say, yes, you're in worse a mess than I am.
Yep.
And I've got no jags up here.
And somebody just came in the door. Let me go see what's going on. I'm going to leave you for a bit. Good to chat. I got somebody at the door.
Okay. I don't know how you sign yourself out, Steve. I'll leave that to you, mate. There he goes. Wow, welcome. Well, was that? That was nice, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
I'm so
he's got a
envious
nice
oh, wow. I'm so envious. He's got all those lovely Jaguars and they're all on the road apart from one. Wow. And he's a Ramsgate boy. He's a Kent boy. Or a man of Kent, yeah.
Yeah, man of Kent, Al.
What was that?
That's man of Kent, I think, isn't it? Oh, we're going to get confused over that again.
Yeah. Kentish man is the other end of Kent, I believe.
Yeah. I think it's sort of on the London borders, isn't it? Or what they call the London borders now.
Yeah.
I think that's Kentish, Kentish Man then. But if you were down our way, yes, Man of Kent.
Now we've got Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo. Hello, Mick. How are you, sir? It was a nice layout, that, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad he joined. Does anybody else want to join in? Right. That was a great layout, I must say. And he's got white cliffs as well from Kent. So I'll chuck that in once more and see what else happens. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Look who we've got here. I haven't noticed that Bernie's here. Hello, Bernie. Hello, sir. How are you? Right. That was a great layout, I must say. And he's got white cliffs as well from Kent. So I'll chuck that in once more and see what else happens. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Look who we've got here. I haven't noticed that Bernie's here. Hello, Bernie. Hello, sir. How are you? Right. That was a great layout, I must say. And he's got white cliffs as well from Kent. So I'll chuck that in once more. You've got a microphone on, Bernie. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Look who we've got here. I haven't noticed that Bernie's here. Hello, Bernie. Yeah, nice shirt, Bernie. Oh my word.
Oh dear.
Hang on a minute. You're right, Bernie. Hang on a minute. Who we've got here? I haven't noticed that Bernie's here. Hello, Bernie. Right. There's something gone wrong here.
How is Bernie's
sure
microphone again? He's always having problems. I think he struggles to get the microphone right, and you think Bernie's normally better than that, but he seems to be having problems syncing the mic half the time. He has it on his live. It's not his fault.
I think it's kind of
right.
I think it's having the mic on
now, so you can't talk over
me.
Yes, we can, Bernie.
I've got the mic working, and I can put other cameras on. Hang on. This camera on the laptop. It is I, Leclerc.
It is me, Leclerc. Well done.
It's nice to invite people on here, Alan. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I'm learning slowly.
I'll go back.
Who says you can't? Who says you can't learn an old dog new tricks?
That's better. That's better.
And this is still the free version. This is still the free StreamYard. It's easier than all those OBS things. It's easy, but I only get one camera. That's it. I can't do any more than that. Laptop and one camera. That's all I get. Send some pigeons with a message. That's cool. It's all right. I'm reading the comments as well. Say that again. That's it. I can't do any more than that. Right. I'm gonna disappear and put the railway back on. So
Alan, it should tell you how many people you can invite. I can invite 12. I think you can invite 6.
Right. Okay. Does anybody else want to join the stream? So I'm asking this question. Does anybody else want to join the stream? Because if anybody else wants to come in, now's your chance. I've just put the link in again. Oh, and Flymo's just put the link in. Thank you, Flymo. He's a good lad, isn't he? He beat me to it, actually. See if anybody else pops in. I've never done this before, so I can still hear myself chattering away for some reason.
I know that.
Bernie, turn YouTube sound off.
Well, as there's nothing happening, I might as well come back on and show my ugly fizzog. Oh, it's me.
Oh, I think Bernie had his YouTube sound on. I'm not sure because that's what I think.
Well,
What
the
the echo
echoing
was.
but the echoing's finished now. It stopped, so we're all
Yeah,
right.
because Bernie's muted his mic.
Someone's got a speaker feeding back into their mic, so that's Mike Hebden saying that.
Yeah, that. Ow, that was Bernie's.
Yeah.
The Bernie's end.
Well, he's obviously sorted it now because I can't hear myself speaking back anymore.
No, because he's muted his sound.
He's done it. Well done, Bernie. Mark the vicar saying he's missing alcohol. Oh, yeah. Why is that? I got mine here on the sideboard here. So it's not doing a lot for the stream. We've lost a lot of people now. But never mind. Never mind. What's in the glass tonight, Alan? What's in the glass tonight is Old Speckle Hem from the Barry St Edmunds Brewery. A very good dram. What was that, Bernie? What was that, mate? What did he hold up to the camera then? I see something.
His watch, Al.
Oh.
His watch. I think he's got one of the smartwatches things.
The smartwatch. Right.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think he's trying to show us something on there, but I couldn't read it.
Well, he's probably watching the channel on his watch. Are you watching the channel on your watch, Bernie?
No. He can get the messages up on there. He's watching.
When the glass is it's all right. There's some banter going on. Hello, David Broad. Have you been on before, David? I don't remember your name, but hello and welcome to the channel. Hope you're fine, sir. David Broad. Have you got your own channel, David? If so, you might want to post up your link and you'll end up with a few. Oh, Bernie, sorry. Yeah, you might want to post your link, David. So Flymo, Adam knows you. Yes. Do you want to post up your link? You're bound to get a few subscribers if you haven't already got loads. So you're another person that I've got to catch up with in this railway world. Yeah, Bernard's showing us a nice fleet of locomotives there. I can see a Dow ticker 66. Is that a 47 or am I wrong? Mark, tell me.
What's that? The blue one, the 50.
Yeah.
The red one, I think the red one and the other blue one is 66s.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly.
I've seen them in real life. I think they're ugly looking bloody things. Anyway.
It's Bernie's choice,
Yeah,
50, probably.
Yeah, and Flymo's put David Broad's a link in. So thank you very much, Flymo. He's such a good guy, you know. 166. There you go. They're ugly though, aren't they? Are they American or something?
Yeah, I think General Motors. Or was that? Well, that was a 59. They did a class 59. I can't actually remember the 66s now without looking it up. But Tom Hughes is right with the nickname. They are known as Sheds.
Sheds, yeah.
That's their nickname.
I just got an email from somebody. The notifications just disappeared again. So, love my 55 Deltic. 25 quid? Oh, that's brilliant. General Electric, yeah. Thanks, Clive, I think that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clive. Yeah, thanks, Clive. You're on the list, my friend. So, well, we've got 34 in, which is great because we're not showing any trains. That's what I'm worried about. We're all good guys. This community is amazing. It is a great club. Yeah, we see a link for David and bye for now. Going to watch match of the day. Okay. Well, take care, Peter. Peter's always kind of given me messages and yeah, helpful guy. Yeah, night, Peter. Take care, mate.
Night,
My
Peter.
mate Mickey will be doing the same. He's mad about football, but I'm afraid it's something I never got into. Yes. Well, no trains are running at the moment, so I'm a bit worried about that. Bernie's, I don't know where Bernie's gone, but he's left his camera looking at his trains. And
No, I don't know what he's doing there.
Rachel's still here. This is cool. Holding 35 and steady. So, would you like to come in and say hello then, Rachel? We could do with a bit of beauty on the channel.
Yeah, we're not beautiful enough, are we, Al?
I'm worried about breaking the camera, so
Yeah, we both, mate.
there is again if anybody wants to. I've just got about 6 emails in the row to people wanting to redo my websites. I mean, where's all that coming from? Never mind. I'm going to put a steam engine on. Go on then, Bernie. Go on then. Let's have a little look and see what you're up to. Right. Okay. Yes, I'm still here. Maybe next time I will show you my layout. Okay. Have you got a channel, Rachel?
Yeah,
Have you got your own YouTube channel? Anybody know?
Alan. Yeah, Alan, she's the angel of crews, and what it says on
Yes,
there.
Rachel.
Yeah, that's her channel name.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. I mean, there's so many of
Yeah.
us, you can't know everything.
No, Al. I'm just saying. That's all right.
Oh, I'm not pecking you. Don't worry.
Yeah, she does a lot of live streams from crew.
Yeah.
She's from crew.
Who's the other girl, the pretty girl that does model railways as well? I've forgotten who that is. Don't think that's the Angel of the North, is it? Angel of Crew, sorry. Oh dear, a beer's taking effect. Oh dear. All right. Here we go. Look, Primo Chairman's put the linking. I shall have to have a look after the stream's finished. Going for an hour and 15 minutes, holding 36, which is fairly good. Tom Cropples. Hi, Alan, and all in the chat. Hello. Hello, Tom. How are you, sir? Now then.
Tom.
Sorry?
I just said hello, Tom.
Yeah. I wonder if Tom's got a channel. There's so many of us that are doing this stuff.
I'll just rev up Mike's book.
Look, I can see some trains moving. It's Bernie's got some freight moving. So maybe, well, you can hear my voice. So what I'm going to do is change my cam over, I think. And I think I'll have a few things running as well. So we've got some trains running. There we go, look. There we go. I'm Mickey's. Oh yeah, Fred is here. Fred is here somewhere, causing chaos again, and it's his round, by the way. There we go. So there's so many YouTubers here tonight, which is really nice. What's you would like this one, Alan? Oh yes, please. What's Bernie got running? It's going to be a steamy, I reckon. I don't mind diesels. I don't mind electrics. I don't mind really old stuff. I just love model railways. I'm quite happy with most things. How's the Black 5, Alan? Haven't seen it. Oh, hang on a minute. The Black 5 is having a rest tonight, but I've got the S15 on tonight. So, oh, what was that? I can hear some duffing going on. Whoops, going the wrong way. Steamy is something. Steamy is something a dog will start. No, that's a curly whirling.
All right, calm down, Bernie.
Over 7K. I wish I could get 7K hit. Then again, you can't win them all. Now what's only got parked up there? Is that a Black 5? It looks very like a Black 5, doesn't it?
No, that's not Black 5L.
No? What is it?
Hang on, Bernie, stop panning, I can't see. I think it was an XLNER, possibly Q6L. I can't see because he's panned away from it now.
Q6.
Possibly, yeah. Right. I couldn't see it not clear enough. Now he's got his dirty diesels on.
I'm quite happy with diesels. As an ex-trucker, I burnt some diesel, I tell you. I got a big footprint.
Possibly Q6L.
Oh, here comes the 4MT. And she comes. Middleport is going. I'm going now, Arlen, and everyone. Okay, yep. Take care. Take care. Take care, Middleport. Middleport is. Yeah, I've got to refer back to the Anthony. Take care, Anthony. All right, mate. I have to keep bringing him up my list. It does work, though. Wow, it's busy here tonight. Everything's going on. Are we having a running session next week? No?
Well, I haven't got anything new.
I can't hear anyway. There's just too many trains going by.
Oh, dear Al. I said I don't know because I haven't got anything new. And Sarah's unwell again at the minute.
I spy a Western moving out. Oh. Now what's that again? The Q1?
No.
Oh no, matron.
I can't see Al because it's a bit blurry on a number. Possibly the XL and the R, but I can't tell because I can't see. Bernie needs to make that a bit clearer.
Ah. Right. I think the live stream somewhere there on the one side. I also moved, I got rid of my layout. So a new build game. Into 3 months into the build. Okay. I wish I could find a female that built model railways. I'd be in heaven. Then,
I'm sure Bernie can arrange some dancing girls for you. Don't look at me like that, Bernie. Oh, dear. I can't hear you, Bernie. I can't hear you either.
Sign language. Sign language.
Oh!
You can hear me now, I know that.
Yes,
he's messing us around. He's always messing us around.
Tonight. Very warm.
We can't hear you, Bernie. Oh,
you should have
again.
Some watches. Wow. Wow. I thought he was going to do a Mooney or something.
I don't normally show my face on camera. I'm normally just showing all the trains and all that. My live stream on Thursday night will be show me your stock. It doesn't matter what you got. I just want to keep so people see other people's layouts and all that.
I'll show you your bird. I'll show you my bird if you show me yours.
Now don't start all that. You only want to
show
see
you
beauty. No horror stories, thank you.
The camera come on. And then I can just say, there you are. Show me your stock. And then I maybe see that.
I'll show you your bird. I'll show you my bird if you show me yours.
Now don't start all that. There we go, we've got echoes going on again.
You know, it's like, that's good. They're waiting for their sound decoders, but it's still not going over a week now. Those two. Not good. I'll take that off. Put you back on.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, right. Okay.
Yes, because I need to turn the air off that camera, but it should be all fine by now.
Why don't you give us a full loft tour then, Bernie?
Pardon?
Hey. Give us a loft tour of your loft. We had Steve at Worthington in America give us a loft tour of his whole, and he went down the show with Jackie was. Yeah, familiar names in the chat. You're right there, Rachel. There we go.
Just told you all, Steve.
Give us a loft tour of your loft. I'm waiting for you to change that back scene. It's getting a bit floppy there, Bernie. What are you going to put along there? That's a big back scene, that one. Oh, we've got a frozen camera or something. Oh, no. Here we go. Here we go. This is a colossal layout, this one. Deltics, go, go, go. Look at the size of this lot. It's just massive. I reckon you've used probably as much J-cloth PVA as I have. Maybe more. I must catch up with Alan Whitmore. I used to watch his new channel. Oh, there we go. There's Lee's link. Alan Whitmore from Gloucester. When I visited him, his layout was vast.
Is that Alan at Brenton?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. Buckland Junction, isn't it?
That's the one. Yeah. I need to catch up on as well. Everyone's released a load of new videos in the last couple of days, and I've got to catch up with them. But I need to do one of mine.
Okay.
Because I filmed the hills. Part 2 of the hills is ready. It just needs to get on the. I just need to put it on the computer, edit it, and upload it.
So,
but I'm talking to you, so I can't do it.
Yeah. 33 in, so we slipped down again. But look at this loft layout. Look, ridges and there's those tower things. Look, those signal towers. You've got a few of them now, Bernie.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, they are something else, aren't they? The guy that makes them is a real model builder. I think they're a bit scratched built, aren't they? Who are the newbies, Timber?
It's possibly had them possibly 3D printed, Al. I can't remember. Bernie did say, but I can't remember off the top of my head now. I think they might have been 3D printed.
Ah, okay. That's on my list, is a 3D printer. Just for I see Tornado there, I think. There was one on eBay for 60 quid tonight, and I thought, what should I do? It was a railroad version, but it looked very clean for 60 bucks. No, Alan, you've got enough already. Wow, look. Boxes of it.
We've possibly got Tornado somewhere, but you ain't having that.
No, fair enough.
Now, diesels will go first.
Yeah, I'm not fussed. I do run a load of old rubbish, but I like my rubbish, like Spitfire.
There's nothing wrong with your house.
Oh, I've got a new person popped in. I don't think I've seen. Is Julian Hullens. Hello, Julian. How are you? From Sidcup. Okay. I think Sidcup's in Kent, isn't it? Hi, Julian BR8F from Sidcup. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah. That's good. Thanks for joining us. Now, have you got a channel, Julian? There's so many people on tonight, and they put their links up. So, Worthington is saying, I have Steve at Worthington Model Railway. I have a railroad Tornado. Yeah, TTS, DCC sound fitted. Lucky you. So yeah. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap back to the railway camera if I can find the button.
Yeah, the Bernie's gone all shy. He's going. That enough.
He's what?
He's just put catch you later, Alan. So I said he's gone. He's had enough.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I should leave at least one running, shouldn't I? I've got 32 in the house, so Bernie's gone. Take care, Bernie. Thanks for popping in. I got a funny feeling he's going to visit next year, and he's more than welcome to.
Of course.
I was going to take in a lodger, but I'm going to keep my spare room open for anybody that wants to visit, including my family. Pardon me. What's this? So I'm just trying to catch up. I'm looking back through the chat. Well, I'm never going to catch up, am I? So we don't know if Julian's got a link. Have you got a link or a channel so you can link to or not? There's been so many people putting their links in tonight, and I'm not going. I thought somebody would like to have a go. Oh, look, Steve is, I think, thinking of coming over for Worley, but probably won't get down Dover way. Oh, it's a shame, but if you do, give me a bell, will you? Thought about doing that. Wouldn't know where to start. No, that's the trouble. Let's just put up the first video, and then from then on, it just grows. Oh, no link. Hang on. Think I can do this. Oh, Bernie's back again. Bernie's back again. Look, here he is. Your lips move, but we can't hear what you're saying. What's the size of my layout? It's 5.3 meters square, all the way around the outside of the loft, leaving the middle free for me to do my monkey business. So it's 5.3 meters, which works out at about 16.5 feet square. Not as much as I would like, but there you go. I could come in with some sound only, but then who wants to hear me? Oh, if you pop up, I shall pop you on. Oh, Bernie's disappeared again. If you would like to come in and have a chat, that's quite fine with me. How come no camera then, Timber, sir? Just film some of it. Oh, limited. I just for some of your stock. Oh, okay. There's things going on in the background that I know nothing about. It is a fair size. I wish it was just another 20 foot longer. That's all, Rachel. You never have enough room. But it is a nice tail chaser, and Yeah, I basically wear trains out here. I've already burnt my school's class motor out. I don't know where to get a new motor. I don't think there is any. Next spring, hopefully, having. Oh yes, that's Mark at Hemel Down. Is Mark at Hemel Down? Hopefully, adding the other half of my loft to the extent to extend my layout. Yeah, I can just see a massive fiddle yard behind that brick wall, Mark. At some point, if I do another UK tour, I wouldn't mind coming to see you and your layout. But that's next year now. To brush your hair first. What about me? I've had my fingers in the mains.
Well, at least they ain't like me.
Yeah, you shorted out.
Yeah, burnt mine off.
Not messing with electrics. So that 64-foot total. It's something like that. It takes a train at moderate speed to about 50 seconds to do a lap. I did work it out that if it runs for 50 minutes, it is an actual mile at that rate. 50 seconds of a lap will be a mile in 50 minutes or something like that. A real mile. Yeah. Oh, new comments. Oh, I'm way back on the comments. It's nice now we've got that COVID shit out the way, and we've got exhibitions and meetings all over the place. That's great. It's almost like it didn't happen. Although the bugging thing's still hanging around, but yeah, anyway, it's got on to a different subject. Yes, fine, though. I'm in a summer house now. I was going to go to Worley, but we had to meet up in February at Glasgow. Burning. I'm missing out. There's just too much going on for me to catch up with. Okay, Steve, I might be able to make the Sunday.
That's me, Al.
What's that, Brighton?
No, that's Steve from Worthington. He was talking about Worley.
Yeah, okay.
He said he might be able to come up. He was thinking to come over for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So I said that's what I was saying. If I'll let him know near at the time, but I half fancy going myself. But obviously it has to be Sunday. Yeah, but it'll have to be Sunday though, because I'll be working Saturday, won't I?
You thinking of going to Worley, the NEC?
Maybe, but I'd probably want to go by train.
How are you going to get there? By car or train?
Probably train. I don't think I'm not back to take driving up there. And it'd have to be the Sunday, because I'll be working Saturday, won't I?
Christ, that'd be an expensive day out.
Yeah, well, we'll have to look
£100
into it.
return to get to Worley.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
No. There's a site I go on to look for tickets. So if you book in advance, it's cheaper.
Okay.
I'd have to. When I looked originally, the dates weren't up.
It's Timber Surf. Hang on. Timber Surf is going to come in. So I'm going to stop all the trains for a minute because I can't hear. And Timber Surf is mic only, I think. Hello, Timber Surf. How are you, sir? Is it Ian?
No, it's Timber.
Hello, Timber.
I
Timber the
don't have a
3D
name.
mod.
I'm literally called Timber Surf.
I've got that right, haven't I? Oh, you still there, Timber?
Timber.
Right. Timber.
Well, that's where the name comes from originally.
Okay. Tell us more on that then.
It's a nickname I've had since a child. Was actually picked up from my father. He was called Timber. He was a scout leader because he was famous for going to scout camps and picking the site which had a river on one side for water and a dead tree in it so that he could chop it down for firewood.
For firewood, okay.
So I'm technically Timber 2.
Timber, yeah, Junior.
Junior. Oh, don't do that. That's so American. I hate that.
It is so American, I'll give you that.
We just call him Timber the Second.
Timber the Second.
I
Sounds
started
like
out
on
the internet as Timber, but I had at the time I was running around in a Hilux Surf. So when I joined the Hilux Surf 4x4 club online, I couldn't get Timber because somebody had already got the nickname, so I had to make it Timber Surf, and that's stuck for about 20 years now.
There you go. This is Toyota Hilux, is it?
It is, yeah. Fun
yeah,
car.
my governor had one, and he used to let me take it out for the weekend, fool him, because we live here on the Downs, and there's some serious hills down here on the Downs, and I managed to get this thing so far up a hill, and it was ripping up turfs and throwing them on the bonnet. Yeah, I had to steam clean the thing clean before I give it back to him. I nearly rolled the thing, but yeah, good piece of kit. The old what was it? Hilux?
Hilux Surf, yeah.
Yeah.
Toyota Hilux Surf. Only it had 4-wheel drive, but no limited slip. So
yeah, that's what let it down. That's what it really. Yeah, that's what it let it down, wasn't it? No limited slip. When you did get to a slip, one wheel would do about 90 miles an hour, and just throw shit everywhere. But yeah, good piece of kit. A good piece of kit.
But we should stick to trains.
Yeah, why not?
Digressing to cars.
Well, we went to Jaguars and back again with Worthington, so yeah, why not? I've stopped everything so I can hear the conversation. So
I'll let you all into
how's the 3Ding going?
Sorry?
How's the 3Ding going?
It's going fine. I'm as usual sitting here in CAD playing with designs and passing them over ready for the next bunch to go to market.
Oh, cool. What CAD is that, if you don't mind me asking?
What? Sorry?
What CAD is that? CAD Light, or have we moved on light years from there?
I'm an industrial designer, so I'm used to using AutoCAD, which is not the right tool for doing 3D, but it's one that I'm completely used to and been using for 30 years. So to me, it seems natural, but I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. Plus, it's
I've seen
many thousands of pounds to buy.
Okay. I've had a look at it. It's got masses of buttons all the way around the outside of the kind of screen, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know where they all are. So that's the point. I've been looking at it for 30 years.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you
want to get into design, the first place to start to get your head around it is Tinkercad. And then the go-to probably, it's an online 3D modeling thing. It's really simple, but it's surprisingly how powerful it is. I actually taught Ollie from Wardle Road how to design stuff in that, and he went off and started doing his own designs. It's easy to pick up.
Okay,
and it's free.
I'm going to write that down.
Tinkercad. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you play with that and you get serious, then you need to get a subscription for Fusion 360, which is
Wow,
the
okay.
program to go to. It's also made by AutoCAD. It is a commercial package, but you can get a free license for it. It takes a bit of hassle, but it is possible for personal use.
Yes, it is. If you know the right bod to put the number in the box for you, and then you're away, aren't you?
Well, it's just they will let you use it as long as it's not for commercial use. So for doing your own designs, but you can't sell them.
Okay, fair enough.
So if you're just doing it to print your own stuff, that's fine. You can give them away to your mates. But if you tried to sell them, then they'd come after you.
Yeah, you'd be breaking a lawsuit or a contract, won't you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's interesting to know how far into the 3D world you are, because I've got it on my list. I'm saving my PayPal payments coming in until I can afford a 3D printer, because why do I need a 3D printer? Because I'm hoping to sell my cardboard bridges, but I need a few rivets here and there. I've never worked out how to produce rivets on a plate. So I think that's what I want the 3D printer for, is to add the extra detail that's missing.
I'm not quite sure how that would work, but I can give you the answer to your question. And that is you can use a blunted needle in a sewing machine, and you can push them out from the back.
Oh, I've got a sewing machine here as well, an old Singer.
I've seen it done, and it's very effective.
Okay.
You can also buy a very expensive tool that they're hard to track down, but there's a guy that used to make them. It's actually designed for putting rivets into brass, but you can also use it in plastic, and it's basically like a hand press. And you put the sheet in, and it's got a little index on it, so you pull the handle down and move it along the index and so forth. In answer to someone's question, Emeldown's question, the first time 3D printer, I personally, I've tried Anycubics, and I'm currently running Elegoo, and I prefer Elegoo. There's a lot of other names out there, and I won't knock them because I don't know them, but personally I'd recommend Elegoo. The latest ones, the Pros and the 3s, are quite expensive, but if you go for the older versions, which are a monochrome screen, but been out a long while, they're very cheap. I've seen in America there's the Elegoo Mars 2, not the Mars 2 Pro, the older one, is going for $163, which is crazy. That'll translate to about £150 in this country if you can find one. But that's a bargain. It's a small printer. It only does about a 6x4 inch item on the plate, but it's 4000 or 4K resolution, which is really good, and it's got a monochrome screen, so it'll work very quickly compared to the even older ones that were colour.
I've been looking at the something Ender. What would that be?
I'm not familiar. I think of Enders being more FDM. That's the plastic reels rather than the resin type.
Okay.
But I believe Ender do a resin one. I'm just not familiar with it.
Okay. What can I say? We've got 32 people in the house, and we're talking about 3D printing. So where should we go from here? Wanted to email you, but I can't see your email. Who's that, Lee? Who are you trying to email, mate? We might be able... Oh, Stanover.
Me. Oh.
Huh?
Let's talk about emailing me. But I can't see his email address on his homepage, on his YouTube homepage, so I don't know how I can email him.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get him to read the message so we can sort it out, but he's not reading them.
We've got Ollie at Wardle Road popped in to see what's going in. So, hiya, Ollie. How are you, sir? And wow, Ollie's got a great layout, and he's got real railway wagons of his own. I'm so jealous of him as well. No, I don't get jealous, but Yeah, how's tricks then, Ollie? Hope you're okay. Do you want to join the channel? Do you want to come in as well? We've got Timber Surf, we've got Captain Static, and maybe Ollie at Wardle Road will come and join us because he knows what's going on. But yeah, Timber, really interested in what you do. Well, I'd like to kind of contact you in the future. I wouldn't mind paying you for the well, what can I say? I, it's laser Gerbil that I use for the laser, but and if I get a 3D printer, would you give me the what can I say? Would you design bits and bobs for me? Strips with rivets on that I could put into my 3D computer. That save me my old brain having to learn a new system again. That's the trouble. There's just so many systems, so many different programs and interfaces. I find the whole thing is like, oh, seizing my brain. But would you be willing to do me a strip with rivets on, kind of thing?
I'd certainly do your strip of rivets. Yes, by all means.
Okay. You know, and my bridges have got like plates on top of the plate bridges with little corner plates with rivets on, and that, you know, I would struggle to actually learn the thing, but I'd rather, you know, pay you some money and give me the thing to put in my printer and let it go. Anyway, that's the future. I'm not pushing you for it right now.
I'm holding in my hand one of my designs.
Yeah.
Which is a lattice girder bridge.
Oh, what?
And I mean, I hate rivet counters, you know, the phrase and the term, etc., because I'm definitely not a rivet counter. But I designed this and suddenly realized that I've become a rivet counter because I had to sit down in CAD and actually work out how many rivets are on this bridge. And I worked out there's 4,200. And every single one of them prints out.
Okay, sounds like you're a rivet counter then.
I think so, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's great. It's nice to know you're there, Timber, and well, you've got my email, have you?
I'm sure I could find it. Yeah, we'll have to get in touch on. I do a lot on Facebook.
Okay, you will find me on Facebook as Alan Reynolds.
I have joined you as a friend, but obviously you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah, I haven't got time to keep up with everything. You know, I do struggle.
I sent you a friend invite the last time we spoke. We were chatting on your live.
Okay, all right. I shall have a look on Facebook. And well, I was on Facebook years ago, and now I'm on Facebook, and I'm struggling with all the different levels, and it's advanced so much, Facebook, and I haven't got a bloody clue what I'm doing, to be honest with you. But yeah. But I think that's something to do with my age. I just had my 64th birthday, and
you can't use that as an excuse, mate, because I'm right behind you.
All right, I tried to.
That's one of the reasons I refuse to go away from AutoCAD and learn Fusion 360 because I'm too old.
Oh, that's nice to know. That's nice to know.
I'm firmly in the belief that your memory is like a shelf. And that you over the years you've gently fill up with memories and information that sits on that shelf, and you get to a certain age where there's no more length to the shelf, and anything more you learn knocks something off the other end.
Yeah, saturation point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I've got thousands of hours of music in my head, and I'm still pushing more and more music into my brain, and something's going to give.
Yeah.
Something's got to give, and it may be the shelf's going to fall off the wall. But yeah.
Well, hopefully, if the brackets on the shelf break, they put you in a home, don't they? Because that's it.
I think so. Yeah. where you can just blow bubbles and lay back and enjoy yourself. But 31 in the house. I can't believe people are listening to this dribble, but there you go. Yeah. No, I'm just catching up. People are saying hello still. But yeah, so how's sales going for you, Timber? Are you making some money from this?
I'm making peanuts. It's steady, shall we say? It's
steady. Okay.
It's typical of the model railway circuit. It's hard to get known, really, and I don't think very many people have heard of Timscale. I sell through Scale 3D, who are known more about their figures than anything else. But there are quite a few people out there that are doing 3D designs and trying to sell them, mostly through eBay and Etsy. And I'm vying against all of them. And there's a couple of mainstream. I mean, Scale Model Scenery do 3D stuff.
Is that the guy with the little goatee beard? Is that him with the little goatee beard?
Yeah. And then, of course, you've got West Hill Wagon Works, which are doing wonders.
All right. And what are they doing then? Actually, wagons?
No, West Hill Wagon Works is a bunch of YouTubers, which is what I was talking about with Rachel. There was I'll call it a posse of people that were doing live shows back in the day of the beginnings of COVID, when lives became a thing for model railwayers on YouTube. Okay. And there was, lots of regulars that used to hang out in those live chats. But a couple of them that were doing videos joined together, one of them being Mr. Hunt, Chris Hunt, who came up with the magnetic coupling, the Hunt's couplings.
Really?
So he started printing the couplings and putting magnets in them, and they've taken off. They've literally sold hundreds of thousands of them. And the other Chris Bauer had a yearning to do something in model railways, and he was selling his father's book and a few other bits and bobs, and he joined up with Chris Hunt to form a production of the Hunt couplings, and they've just gone from strength to strength, and they now produce a wide range of 3D bits, mostly very specific to model railways, as in railway items, things you find on platforms and around engine sheds and things.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas I'm trying to fill in the gaps in the market with stuff that you can't buy anywhere else, and most of my things are not specifically railway oriented, but more general scenics, things like farm implements and drain pipes and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, the list is endless, isn't it? For you look at somebody's layout, they've got.
I get new ideas every day.
Yeah. And Bernie with his whoever produces those signal gantries, or what are they called?
They're laser cut.
They're laser cut. And what are they made of? Any idea?
It'll be a cardboard or a plywood.
Cardboard. Yeah, that's where I'm going. See, down that lane. But sometimes whether I'm wasting my time, but you never know. You never know. So I've got my own website half built, and I've got my laser, and I haven't put the laser on for quite a few weeks now. I've only got so much time, and I don't know really how to focus it. And then I've got my electronics modules, which I'm using on my own layout and testing them out. They seem to be okay so far. And funny old world. And I'm kind of going into retirement, but I would like to. I'd like to. I don't know what I'd like to do now. The beer's taken over. Sorry, Timber.
But, to answer Rachel's question, no, Rachel, I don't do anything, no, I don't think I do anything in N-gauge. I design stuff to be, printable at 00 gauge, and we have tried a number of items that will print at TT gauge, which is a new up and coming gauge. But most of the stuff that I design, if you tried to print it in N, it wouldn't print. It'd be too flimsy and disintegrate as soon as you tried picking it up. So I think, unfortunately, unless you design specifically for N, it doesn't really work. In the same respect, a lot of people ask for O gauge and S gauge stuff. And yes, we can upscale the double O scale to those sizes, but it then looks rather clunky and not very prototypical because it's too thick and clunky because we have to thicken it up to be able to print it. So unfortunately, one set of design doesn't fit all scales. Yeah, we're suffering from a little bit of the circle of doom.
That could be YouTube, I think. I'm on StreamYard, so I'm actually time traveling 40 seconds in front of everybody else. But yeah, so I don't know if I should run some trains. We've still got Lee from Anfield Road here as well. That's good. Stan, did you get my email? So he's talking to somebody else. It was just quite cool. That,
Yeah.
Go on.
He's talking
Stan,
to me.
you're Stan. I
He's
see.
nicknaming me Stan, yeah.
Okay, Stan. Well, I'm going to have to quit out for the minute because my bladder warning light is on. So I'll be back in a moment. So keep things going, Mark and Timber.
Oh, yes.
If you have refreshments, you can eat them and drink them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Will be now a short interlude.
Don't.
Mr. Static.
Sorry, Timber.
It's down to you and me to keep it together, apparently.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I always wonder whether I should do lives or not, but I'm not really the chatty type until you get me on subject that takes me interest, and then probably I can hold my own. But I thought I might do a Q&A session at some point in time as my first live. But unfortunately, I'm still camera shy, so you're not going to see me face. But I'll show you my bench, and I can show you me screen with stuff, 3D stuff and pictures, but not me ugly fizz mug.
Well, I'm showing mine.
Well, I'm building. I mean, I never used to go. I mean, obviously I do videos and I put audio on the track and do a commentary. But it's only more recently that I've actually started adding audio to other people's lives. Now, unfortunately, there's no button for an interlude music.
No,
I don't have that control. Which I'm sure much better than us babbling.
Yeah, I mean, I've never even thought about doing this before because I was too shy. And then Alan kept nudging me, and I think Bernie was slightly doing it as well in the background, and I just decided to do it. And well, here I am 2 months later. I've only done about 10 videos, and I've got 170 odd subscribers, which is good. So Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, much appreciated.
It does seem, Model Rail has picked up on YouTube because it used to be very hard to get subscribers, but it's much quicker these days. It took me nearly 5 years to get from 0 to 100 subscribers. Can you believe that?
Yeah, well, I thought I was going to take a lot longer. I mean,
only through COVID that the numbers have picked up massively, and I've gained nearly 2,000.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised I've got that many already, because I never thought this. I've never I'm still not really taking it too seriously. I'm just doing it because I was sort of encouraged to do it, and I just thought, well, why not? The trouble is, because my layout's end to end, there's not a lot of running I can film really. It's all sort of the same stuff. I can swap stock about. It's all sort of the same.
Well, my layout's even worse than yours. I do have a layout in case people wonder, but it's 12 foot long and 2 foot wide. So standard plank. But unfortunately, the plan is going to be a module in a much larger layout, and therefore it's a 4-track station, and there's no joints between the tracks. So if I put an 8-carriage train in the station, it can only move 2 foot. It doesn't really work.
Yeah, but mine's only 8 foot because mine's L shaped, so mine's only 8 foot long on the longest and 5 foot on the L bit. But it works.
It's good enough if it's you can get trains to run from end to end, but all I could do is put a little shunter travelling from one end of the platform to the other. Wouldn't really look very good.
That is a bit limited, but you have to do what you've got, don't you? You have to do it in the space you got.
Well, I've also, unfortunately, my workbench is bigger than my layout. So I don't really have any space to expand. I'm kind of waiting to either get rid of some kids or buy a different house, so I've got more space to build the bigger layout. I've got big plans, but no space to do it.
Have you not got a loft?
I've got 2 lofts, neither of which you can basically stand up in.
Oh, okay.
But I do have 2 sort of dormer, they're like dormer roofs in the top of the house, which I have both rooms. One of which has currently got the layout and my workshop in. The other one is a bedroom, but things may change in the future, and I might be able to expand into that and actually start building a larger layout.
Can I just say hello to Stuart at St Mary's Church Model Railway? How are you, sir? Anyway, carry on, guys. It's great. That's great. And if you're doing modular and you've got 4 tracks, so this is a section that you can bolt the next section onto. Is that right, Timber?
It is, yes. It's actually 2 6-foot sections, but the platform is about 9 foot long. But it's actually removable, so you can split it back into the 2 6-foot sections.
Yeah, you know where the Ferodo Bridge is on my layout by any chance?
I don't offhand, but I'll take your word for it.
But this long straight here, which is in camera at the moment, I built this in the kitchen, and it's 2 meters long exactly. And this is where it started. I built this with the intention of building more modular blocks on the end of it, and that's how Buckland Junction is. So hopefully your section will, you're planning the next section you can bolt it to.
I can, yeah.
That's the way I done it anyway. This section that you can see in the camera at the moment must be like 3 years old now, and the rest of the layout is bolted or screwed on. I built them in sections in the kitchen.
Right. Yeah, it's a completely. I've designed a modular system with connecting ends such that I can build individual modules and then add to them later. So although I originally had the layout is called Lumsdonia, which I also have a website called Lumsdonia where the plan of the original layout is shown, which fitted the main bedroom, which is 16 foot by 12 foot.
Nice.
But I kind of stopped that on the basis that I got up to phase 1 where about half of it was built, and suddenly realised I was at the age where I needed to downsize the house. So there didn't seem any point in carrying on building for another 5 years to then have to rip it out. So I scrapped phase 1 and started again, but with modular components, so that if and when I do move, I can take those components and re-stitch them into whatever the new layout configuration is.
Right. For me, in the past, all my layouts were on a flat board, where you just picked it up and chucked it up against the wall, ready for next time. Then I got into model boats. Then I got into model aircraft, all balsa wood and plywoods for these things. And then I brought these skills back to building model railways. So the bit that you're looking at now, 2 foot long, when I made the 2 ends of it, which are bulkheads, if you like, in a boat, Then I cut 2 of each end, ready for the next module to carry on that shape, if you know. I don't know if that makes sense. So, and even now, this 2-meter section has no center leg. It's got a leg on each end. It's 2 meters long, and it hasn't warped, drooped, or anything. It's so it's a bit of a boat and aircraft helped me build these sections. Yeah, blah blah blah. So yeah, I do like looking at other people build their railways, but I'm using this open frame approach, and well, it seems to have served me well. I can stand on my I can sit on my railway. I can stand on the rails. I quite often put a piece of board over the rails and stretch across to do some work on the other side, and hopefully I'm going to get no distortion. Anyway, that's me.
I'm in total agreement.
Got a
Open
little
frame
light popped up with go on.
very strong. And it gives
Very
you the
strong,
flexibility
yeah.
to get multiple layers.
I'm on 9mm ply with a 2x1 underneath every rail bed, so I don't want the rail beds to warp or distort. And the maximum length between these bulkheads are about 500 to 600 mil, so very, very strong.
I would actually advocate thicker than 2x1 as a frame. But yeah, that's a strange way of doing things, but there's a strong advantage by putting 2x1s directly under track, because it not only stops it from bending and warping, but it also helps with the sound of your locos. Because the best thing to have the most silent running railway is actually put it on a big thick lump of concrete. Because if you think about it,
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but trains running on a lump of concrete are silent. So as soon as we put a piece of 9mm board, you're basically making a drum. So if you go down to 3mm, you can imagine that would really reverberate a great deal, and create a lot of noise. So the more wood and the more solid your base is, the quieter your running is. So the likes of DCC, and you want to run sound, that's something you aim for, to try and get rid of the sound of the trains running on the track. Although obviously there's another camp, probably we can put in brackets rivet counters, who say, oh, you should listen, it should be making noise, that's what the real trains do.
Yeah, well, I've created with my heels and my PVA heels and that, and 9mm ply. My layout is noisy, but when the train kind of clatters over the points, it really is. I don't need DCCC sound. I've got this crash as they go over some of these points. It is really quite enjoyable to hear this clackety click, bang, crash through the points, crash over the crossings. It's quite good actually. So
there are
for me, the open frame, the 9mm ply, all adds to the excitement, really.
There are two camps of thought: those that like the sound of trains running, and those that want to run DCC sound, therefore don't like to hear the trains running.
No, I gather that one would counteract the other. My noise and my rails are quite noisy, and that would kind of impede on the DCC sound modules. But there's so many different edges to this modeling thing. But the thing I get a little bit, can I say, I get very bored with the chuff, 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 chuff going on, because it should really, as it passes, you should hear the train chuff by, and then after you should hear the coaches and whatever and the rolling stock going by, clickety clack, and it disappears into the distance, and you shouldn't hear it anymore. But with DC sound, you've got this constant chuff, 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 and you can't get away from it. It's sort of like, why don't you turn it down a bit so you could hear the clickety clack? But anyway, it's all subjective, isn't it? So it's what you want is what you get and what you take, kind of thing.
I think the vast majority of DCC sound nuts. They're all trying to put bigger and better, more bassier speakers in, and in reality, I personally don't think it's the right idea to get it louder. I think you should turn the volume down on sound locos so that you only hear it when it goes past, which is what you'd have in the real world.
Yeah. Like, you
You
know,
wouldn't be able to hear it from the other side of the room.
Yeah. It's all horses for courses, isn't it, really? Oh, come on, Mark, you can say something?
I was just going to say regarding sound, I mean, I agree with you, Al. I find it tinny as well. All the ones I've heard seem to be a bit tinny on the DCC. I mean, don't get me wrong, if that's what people want to do, no problem. Is that we all have our own choices, don't we? We're all is together sort of thing. But yeah, I personally, like Adam, would prefer the sound if they could do it like that in DCC, then yeah, that'd be great. But I still find that every speaker I've heard, no matter how supposedly good it is, always sounds slightly tinny to me. The better ones are less tinny, but most of them still sort of sound tinny to me. So I'll
they all keep swapping out the speakers for bigger, bassier ones to make it, deeper tones.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's the speakers in the plastic and it's echoing in the plastic. I don't know if that's what does it.
Well, you're trying to replicate something that's 100 tons of speaker out of a little one that's half an inch square. It's never quite going to be as deep and throaty as the real thing.
No.
And the other thing is metal wheels rather than plastic wheels make a heck of a lot more noise. I know they run much smoother and easier, less resistance, but metal wheels on track do make a noise. And I've noticed that where I've got a large gap between the fish plates, you really do get a clackety clack, or a goods wagon bang, 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 bang as they all go by one after the other. So at certain points in this layout, I'm going to get my grinding disc with its 1 mil cutting disc, and I'm going to cut a few little, not right way through, just touch the rail so you've got a gap, so you can go clackety clack, and as it moves on, some more clackety clacks in the right places. So that's my sound module for me. I don't need the loco to go chuff chuff. I'm quite happy with the clackety clack and the noise of my the thin board that I'm using. And the sound boxes are the landscape are actually sound boxes like what you got on a guitar. So they're kind of some days I really need a set of earphones up here when I'm running, especially if I'm running Triang and the old XO4 motored stuff. It's so noisy. So, but we're all in a different thing together, aren't we? If I could afford it, I would go DCC for sure.
It depends what era you want. If you're running old ones with steam locos, then you should put a cut in the track at every scale 60 feet to replicate the original joints. But if you're running modern era with welded track, there aren't any joints.
Of course,
so you wouldn't actually need to put any cuts in because you wouldn't be hearing the clickety clack.
All right, okay. Yeah. When I do the cube camera, I put the cube camera actually really right next to the track. You can hear it coming. The noise on the rails is getting louder and louder and louder. Then when the loco goes by, I mean, it's the cube camera is, the microphone is like, wow, what's going on? And as it goes by and disappears, the sound depletes as it goes away. And I think it's quite realistic, actually. Quite enjoyable to see the cube cam bits. But I am prattling. Carry on. Oh, Worthington's back again. I was surprised how good the new Hornby 9F built-in speakers holder works. Okay. Okay, over to you guys.
No, it's your channel.
It's my channel.
We've been promoted, have we, Al?
So what?
We've been promoted, then, have we?
Oh yeah, take over. I just like to.
No, I took Bernie's over the other night. I want to take over your.
We're behind the times. We've gone on to ballasting now. Forget about DCC and sound.
Yeah, Stuart. That's Stuart at St Mary Church Railways. He likes ballasting. Well, you're more than welcome to come and visit Buckland Junction because there's another thing that just drives me fucking potty. It's nice when it's done, but yeah, it's one of those things. Captain Static does the grass. I end up throwing the grass thing across the room. It just makes me angry.
After dark.
But everybody's their own thing, isn't it? Me, it's electrics and track laying and scenery. Not scenery, landscape. I like making hills and cuttings and things. But static grass and ballasting drives me absolutely potty. But there you go. What pisses you lot off then? What's your bad penny?
Mine's trees. I can't make trees. That's my Achilles heel. I've tried several goes and they're terrible.
Okay. I daren't say this because nobody's ever noticed, but I haven't actually got any trees on my layout, and I shouldn't be saying this because they're going to be, well, hang on, you got no trees. If you put a tree on your layout, then you've got to continue. The other thing is telegraph pole. I haven't got a telegraph pole alongside my railway track. There should be every 60 foot a telegraph pole. I haven't, but once I put one down, I'm forced to put it all the way around the layout.
I do a nice line in telegraph poles.
Don't tell anyone that I've got no trees or telegraph poles. I've said it now.
I'll send you some, and then you'll have to put the rest up.
You're lying, Al. You have got trees.
Yes, I got 4 trees given to me by Mark, and they're alongside the river, and they look very nice. Thank you very much. So you do telegraph poles, do you, Timber?
I do, with real wood as the poles.
Oh, how nice!
The 3D print the actual crossbars, but the pole itself is actually a piece of wood, so you can stain it. Looks very realistic.
Yeah, I am your site, Timber.
Say again.
Sorry, Timber. Are they on your site?
They are, yeah. They're available.
All right, okay. It's all right, because I just haven't had a chance to have a good look at it yet, so I'll have to have a look because I might be interested in them. It
came up as on I have a Tim Scale Facebook page, and it was actually the owner of a shop who sells telegraph poles, and there are lots of them out there that you can buy. Who said, I hate selling them. He said, because they're rubbish. They look terrible. He said, can you not make some that are like more, fine scale and detailed? So I had a thought about it, and like printing a long, thin pole in 3D is quite difficult. I thought, well, it's not really worth competing with people with mine are going to be wibbly wobbly ones. And then it suddenly hit me that I'd done power poles, for power for 400 volts.
Yeah.
I'd done a set of transformers on poles and used pieces of wood for those. So I thought, well, I'll use the same principle for the telegraph poles. So they do look very good, and they're fairly good scale for more realistic to than prototypical than the Hornby ones and ratio ones. Plus, you can build it yourself, so you can make it instead of just 3 bars, you can have 10, or you can have a double pole with the wider ones on and so forth.
Yeah, I'll have a look, Timber. Thanks for that. Yeah, no, I'll have a look. I mean, I'm not sure where I'd run them online, but it's something I need to do, but because it's sort of coming to find the detail in trouble is I need to get my hills finished first. Then I've got decided I want to build a new tunnel portal. Although that can wait. I've got one. I can use my Hornby Scaldale one in the meantime. But yeah, I want to get that done. That's the fact. If I can, I'll try and paint them up tomorrow. And then let that dry, then I can grass them. So Captain Static will be about for that. But yeah, that's got to come to the final detail because I really wanted to do my platforms as well, redo them. But it's finding the time to do it. So Yeah, but no, I will have a look on your site for the telegraph poles. So you could well get an order at some point from me when I'm ready.
Thank you very much.
That's all right, no problem.
As I'm of my roughly the same age as Timber, take a few years or exactly the same. Anyway, blah blah blah. You know, you travelled on a train and you looked out the window, and alongside the track, you had one post after the next with the wires all bowing down and up to the next. You had this constant wires outside the window going up and down wherever you went on the railways. You don't see it today, but I am modelling the kind of like 50s, 60s. Oh, what was that? I think somebody's phone just pinged. But yeah, so I was very aware of all these railway lines, railway telegraph poles and wires, and of course I used to go to the signal boxes of my mates. My mates, oh yeah, the alcohol's taken over, and my uncle used to work in signal boxes, and they were linked together by telegraph poles and copper wires. So yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
synonymous.
me.
Wherever there's track, there should be telegraph poles, or if you're doing old style, 1950s, 60s, 70s, then you still have telegraph poles.
And a signal box on every junction. So
yeah.
I mean, no, you don't see signal boxes unless they've been kind of preserved as a but yeah.
No, it's all modern signal and control centres now, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've still got an invite to Deal signal box that I've got to catch up with as well.
They started consolidating them into more modern signal boxes, which were electronic. So there was still signal boxes along the lines, but each one of those replaced 5 to 20 original signal boxes. But even those have now gone, and everything's done through the web from central places in 2 or 3 places around the country.
Yes. I think it's Ashford for the whole of Kent, basically. But signal box, Deal signal box is still actually got semaphore signals and bells. That's crazy, isn't it? But before it shuts, I must go and meet Steve, the signalman, who I think is going to invite me to take a video recording of the signal box, which is it was what is it, an Art Nouveau, Art Deco signal box? Art Deco, yeah.
Yeah, Art Deco.
With rounded corners. Huh?
Yeah, Art Deco. Right.
All right, okay. So I've still got that invite that I must take up. And I've had Ivan from the East Kent Model Railway on the phone tonight. He wants to come and visit. We're going to go to the pub together. So I've got to go to the East Kent. I haven't got time to do all this, but anyway, I've got to go to the East Kent Model Railway at Shepherd's Well Station to catch up with them guys for a video, and he wants me to make him a website. So, busy times. I can't believe that there's still 23 people in the house. And I haven't got a train running, so I feel a bit naughty, really. So let me send one off. There we go. Trains are running. We're not on strike today. Ask Mick Lynch.
I'm a bit feed off with the post, though.
All right.
Well, they're all.
You're still waiting for something. I hear Barry Daisy has been a naughty boy. He's been a very naughty boy by the sounds of it. Sorry.
Because I ordered new wagons, didn't I? On Tuesday.
They still not turned up?
No.
Right.
I'm not pleased with them at the moment.
My argument is we still got DPD, the Deutsche Parcels Distribution, vans delivering on a Sunday with foreign Romanian drivers while we're kicking the shit out of our post office. You know, they're fighting for a living, and I don't like. I've got a problem with this. The world we're living at the moment. Everybody wants it here, right now. But no, let people have a fucking weekend off, for God's sake. And yeah, I don't like people like DPT. It's the bloody Germans again, isn't it? Oh no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But there's some real problems around, and you know, when it comes around to the rail strikes, I want a person in the ticket office. I want people, a guard on the train to blow his whistle and say everything's good to go. I want a driver. But, you know, it's all about the race to the bottom and shareholders. And oh dear, I've opened up a can of worms now, haven't I? So
You
over to
certainly
you.
have. You have.
But why should Romanian drivers be delivering parcels on a Sunday? Look, come on.
Yeah,
All
so
right, Posty hasn't got any deliveries left. He's going to be bankrupt and gone soon, like British Rail.
I've got to keep quiet. Stuart's told me to keep quiet.
Okay.
No, I haven't even said anything. I just said I wasn't happy that my parcel had been stuck in the post.
Well, you can wait another day. It's only another
It's not
day.
that. Oh, it's the money what's tied up in it. That's all.
Money?
Yeah, well, yeah,
it's only money.
It's only money.
Yeah, okay. Don't mention the war. Oh no, here we go. It's kicking off now. It's all your fault, Mark.
It's not my fault.
Oh, your name is going on the list. Wow. So you're still here, Timbersurf?
I am.
Oh, I think he's gone somewhere.
I'm just staying out of the politics and the anything else contentious.
Yeah, this live stream's gone a bit crazy, hasn't it? But never mind. It's all good fun. Oh, look, I've got the Stuart saying, Alan, I have worked for the Royal Mail for 40 years. Mark, I'm only joking. So I'm not sure what's going on there, Stuart. But yes. Is the Royal Mail safe? It's the Royal Mail, for God's sake. Watch out, the Germans are coming. DPD, Romanian driver driven on Sunday. That's my wiggle. They want so much about wages.
Yeah, but Alan,
Huh?
They've only got Romanians doing it on Sunday because they're cheap. Probably because they're paying them cheap labour, aren't they? And it's because people want it on a Sunday. If people didn't want it on a Sunday, then they won't deliver on the Sunday.
They don't want to let an Englishman do it because he wants his full money, so they get a Romanian to do it. Joe is going to run off with the fucking profit. It's yeah. Anyway, let's just don't tell him your name, Mark.
A bit late for that, Mike.
Good up, Mike. Oh dear. This live stream has gone completely off course, but who cares? Who cares? I care. It's my channel. Oh dear, what's happening? Oh, not a lot's happening. And down to 22 in the house. Don't tell them your name, Mark. Good idea, Mike. So come on, Timbersurf. Are you there still?
Yeah, let's get back to 3D printing.
Are you still printing while you're talking, yeah?
I am, yeah. There's something currently, I can't remember what it is. I can't think what it'd be another rehash because I design something and then print it. And the hard part that you've yet to learn is creating the supports. So you can you put it in the printer and it doesn't come out. It just comes out as a flat blob because it like lifted off the plate. So you have to have another go at trying to reorientate it and change to, different set of supports, and then have another go.
Yeah.
So most things I design, I end up printing it about 6 times before I get it right.
Okay. I know that inside a 3D printing, you've got like strings, haven't you? As you say, supports holding the whole structure together.
Well, it
Is that what
basically
you're
prints
talking
it
about?
upside down, but if you've got an overhang, it would have to print it in space. So if you imagine the
Yeah.
letter T, if you tried to print the letter T,
Yeah.
you'd support the top of the T because it prints it upside down, but the sides of the T would be hanging out in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah.
you have to put a support up to the ends of the T to stop it from, trying to print in the middle of space. It's got something to build up as a support first, then it starts printing the T.
Right. So you would have to produce a block or something of the right height.
You
Then.
do. We call it support, but it's basically a little round bar that finishes in a point that just touches the object. So in theory,
Okay.
once you've printed it, you can kind of rip the supports off, and they come off and just leave a tiny little mark behind that you can quickly sand off.
Yes, interesting stuff. But what happens if you produced a T then, but made it upside down, so it done the cross of the T first and then built the leg of the T?
If you turn the T upside down, it would print that way. But if you turn it the right way up, it wouldn't. It would just make an eye, because the two bits hanging out the sides wouldn't print.
They wouldn't print, or they would sag?
No, they wouldn't. Well, they'd either sag or they wouldn't print at all.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a black art doing the supports. It's not just the design. That's what people struggle with. It's hard enough learning how to do CAD and designing your own things, but there's another skill, which is putting good supports, getting the right orientation and putting the right supports on it. Yeah, scaffolding for your printing. That's a good term, Clive.
So if you had like a billet of steel then and cut it to the right length and put that on your bed so it could print the top of the T along a billet of something at the right height, would that work?
No, as Clive just said, it's like scaffolding. If you were to build an extension on your house out the side, but only on the first floor, you need something to support it. So you'd have to put scaffolding underneath it while you built it.
Yeah, I mean, whole new ball game for me to think about, really. But of course, you've got the apparatus itself must be quite. The nozzle isn't just a tiny little nozzle; it's got a heater and everything around it. So you can't actually put a solid block that you could build the top of the T off because of the apparatus has got some bulk.
You're talking FDM, which is the filament again, whereas we're talking about resin.
Yeah. And it's a heated at the nozzle, is it?
No. All right, let me explain resin printing. Is basically you have a tank full of resin which is UV sensitive. So if you shine a UV light at it, it turns from liquid into a solid.
Okay.
But the bottom of the tank is clear. It's actually a piece of thin film plastic. And you shine the light underneath it, which would then just turn the whole of your tank into one block. So in between the tank and the UV light source at the bottom is basically a telephone screen. It's an LCD screen like you have in your telephone. But instead of having a white light behind it, it's got a UV light. So if you then display a silhouette of the object you're trying to print on the LCD screen, it's a reverse. So it lets the light through for where you want to print the T, and the rest of the screen is blocked off, so it doesn't turn the liquid into a solid. So only the T turns into a solid, but it's only a very thin layer. So you then have to pull that off the base so that it's stuck onto the plate, which goes up. It then comes back down, but it stops short by about 0.03 of a millimeter, which is the layer height. And you then print another layer. And once that's gone solid, you lift that off the plate and that goes back down, but not quite by the 0.03 again. And now you've got 3 layers, and slowly you build up the shape. So a lot of things that we print, like on my printer, I'm currently printing something which is about 6 inches tall. That will take about 8 hours to print, because it's literally printing at 0.03 of a millimeter layer each time, which takes 10 or 15 seconds altogether.
10 or 15. Oh, something's happened.
No, Buckland Junction. I don't do any 3D prints in N-Gage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't bought a 3D printer. I'm saving up for one. I've got to think about the whole thing, because listening to you and the technical jargon you're using, it sounds like, will I ever be able to master this? I've managed to work the 3D, not 3D, the laser cutter to print and cut my bridge sections, but I'm thinking now, listening to you, Timber, I haven't got the time or the patience to take up this 3D printing thing. It'd be easier for me to pay somebody who knows what they're doing to produce the little tiny bits and parts that I need.
I mean, I have to say, my personal opinion is, I'm an engineer, and I've got lots of capabilities, and my job is a design engineer. So when it comes to the hobby of model railwaying, there are lots of things that I'd like to be able to do myself, rather than buying stuff off the shelf. So I've got a bucket list, which includes a laser cutter, a CNC machine, 3D print, and so forth. But I've always shied away from actually going out and buying them. It's not that I can't afford them. It's just that I know that if I went out and bought a CNC machine, I'd spend forever mucking about making designs and playing with CNC. And so I shied away from it. And unfortunately, I took the plunge and bought a 3D printer, and it has literally taken over my life. So I haven't done any railway modeling basically since I bought the 3D printer, to the point where I've now produced. I've currently got a spreadsheet with all my designs on it, and I've got about 2,000 lines of designs. So obviously I showed them off on Facebook, and everybody was clamoring, "Oh, can we have some?" So in the end, I took the plunge. I said, "Well, it's one thing people saying I want one; it's another for them actually turning up with the money." So I thought, okay, I'll give it a trial. And I produced a mass of about 20 different items and stuck them on eBay, and turned over £1,000 in a month. So obviously people have got the money to buy. They do want to buy the stuff that I make and design.
Especially,
so in the end, I did a deal with Scale 3 to produce them for me.
Yeah, especially if you can't buy it off the hook,
Well, that's I don't tend to replicate what other people do, because that's just competing against someone that's already been out there for donkey's years. So I tend to come up with stuff that people have never seen, and fill in the gaps in the market.
Yeah, fill in the gaps. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's kind of almost like I don't want to say any more about my future plans, but yes, it'd be nice to have another chat with you personally, Timber Surf, off the alcohol and offline. But
does the alcohol affect the condition of your shelf?
Yes, it definitely kind of warps it, and everything slides towards the center, so you're not sure exactly what you're talking about. if that makes sense. Alcohol's a bugger, it really is, but you know, it's part of my daily routine. Sad, really, but never mind. And we've got 18 in the house, so we're really slipping. Bricks. Oh, look at that! I hope you're keeping up with the comments. There's lots of comments going by. What people want, like brick stacks for me works, clay pipes, and stacked and ridge tiles. Oh, of course, you're on it then, Timber Surf, are you?
And what, sorry?
Yeah, possibly, he said.
Yeah, I was just reading the things that the best way to contact me is to join my Facebook group called Tim Scale, where I take suggestions and they quite often turn up in the shop.
Is it all one word, Tim Scale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Google it. I've got a website. It'll take you to Scale 3D.
Okay, yeah. All in one word again?
Yeah.
Okay. We are batting down similar roads, kind of thing, which is good. Yeah. 20 in the house still. This is great. Hollybrook Junction. Hello, Hollybrook Junction. Let me just bring up my list. Are you on the list?
Oh.
Hollybrook. Al. Hello, Al. How are you doing? Hollybrook Junction. We've got somebody just joined us. Well, let me just have a look at what else is going on. I've been going for 2 hours 48, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to do a stream tonight because Tim, what is it? Tim something model. Help me out here. He started at 8 o'clock. Hello, Hollybrook. How are you, Al? Hi, Al. Yeah. So I didn't start at 8. I started at 9 to give him his hour show. I don't know why. No point. And then the Formula One was on. So yeah. What can I do? What can I do? So let me just send them. I'm not surprised there's only 19 in the house. Well, it's been going all right. 2 hours 49, and I'm struggling, but people are still talking to each other. Yeah. Okay, Timber Surf's on it.
I was just answering some of the chat.
Sorry, I was just looking at the chat as well. I'm trying to deal with too much, and I'm trying to run a railway as well.
I know that's why I don't want to do lives. You have to multitask. Can't do that.
Well, I'm a man, so as my mum said,
Yeah.
men
I've
can't
got the same problem.
multitask, so don't try. Just a few things I've cancelled off my list. I was hoping to maybe make LED semaphore signals, but not semaphore, LED aspect signals. But I'm afraid the market's already been kind of catered for by the Chinese, and what you can buy for a few pennies is like, no, there's no way you can make any money at that house. So think again. So that's what I'm doing, thinking again.
Welcome to
a lot of items. Huh?
Welcome to the club. I've been racking my brains out to make money out of it for years.
Yeah. Mr. Wang is like.
It's something I've harped on about before. There's an awful lot of people say, "Oh, I want one of these." Well, I actually know where you can buy them because I've been researching the internet for over 20 years, And that's one of the things that I did was I created a web page, which was originally a blog about my railway, but it's ended up being a resource for newbies and people who are just entering the hobby. And one of the things on it is a links page where if you want to find something for model railways, go to my links page first, because it has sections for each discipline of items that you want. And instead of you having to Google and work out where these places are, I'll give you the names of the websites where you can find things. So if you want, a track planning bit of software, you go to the link and put in track planning, and it lists about 14 different companies that do track planning software, which if you just Google it, you'll only find 3 or 4.
Right. You've done your research then, Timber.
Yes, I've got a lot of knowledge behind me. Thank you, Newton Clive. The www.lumsonia.co, and just go to the links page. It's an invaluable resource. So that's half the problem. People say, in live chats and on forums and on Facebook, I want one of these. I don't know where to find it. Because it doesn't come up in the Google search, but they are out there. You'd be surprised at what you can buy. Have a look at other people's videos and have a look at the scenic bits that are on them, and you think, wow, that's a so-and-so. I have no idea where to buy that. Oh, I know where that's, it's not, it's kind of what you know. As in, if you know the right places to go them, you'd be amazed at what's available. And you're right.
Yeah, that's
once you know, you can get aspect signals. I bought a set of 4 traffic lights with the controller that does the flashing rates for like £8.99 or something from China.
Yeah, from China.
Mr.
Wang has definitely beat us to the target again.
Yeah.
But I got Fred Wilbury Castle Railway. Just joined us, and I've got to look through my list to see if Fred's. No, I haven't got your names. Wow, Fred Wilbury. Oh dear. Oh dear. Never mind. Hi, Fred. How you doing? But you are right. You are right, Timber. I looked at semaphore signals on eBay, and they're down to like £2 or £3 a go. The LEDs in their kind of like what am I trying to say? Already in their plastic thing on a pole for just £3 or £4. It's just like, how can you cope with that? I'm going to butt out now and have another bit. Sorry, I am struggling.
I've not tried AliExpress. I've always been concerned about whether you actually get anything come back to you, but one day I'm going to have a go.
Yeah, I mean, the whole world is just so advancing so quickly. I'm not sure if I can keep up anymore.
Yeah, Steve, I sell lawnmowers and rollers. They're like £1.99 for a set of 2. It's hard to beat. And you go out and you spend £300 on a printer, and then it's £40 a litre for the resin, and then it takes you a week and a half to print something sensibly. Makes you wonder, why didn't I just spend the £3.99, be done with it, deal's done. I think the reason I bought a printer was to mass produce and to produce things that I couldn't get anywhere else. So, it was something I've never seen one of them. Okay, I can design it and print it for myself. And the other thing was, I always quote the barrel. If you wanted a wooden barrel and you're building a brewery, then yes, there's plenty of people who sell barrels, and you get a pack of 6 for like £3.99. Yeah, that sounds great. But you end up with like 2 or 3 packets, and you've spent £12, and you've got like 20 barrels. Well, a brewery would have 200 barrels. They'd be stacked in the yard. So if you bought enough to make it look realistic, you'd have to spend £100. So that's where a 3D printer comes in, that once I design one barrel, I can print 200 off in a couple of batches for, you know, probably about £2 or £3. So that's the reason that I bought a 3D printer. But obviously things have moved on since then, and people have liked my designs, and I've ended up, I still design things that I want on my layout. But I think there's a lot of people also have the same idea. So I end up sharing my design and allowing people to buy them, so to speak. Hello, everybody's disappeared. It's just me. Oh, heck.
No, you're not on your own. You're not on your own.
I do make mowers, and I have 2 designs for a Victorian old rollers because nobody else has them.
Well, you are unique, Timber.
Well, that's kind of, you
And,
know, I'm trying to make my niche by making the stuff that others don't and fill in the gaps.
Yeah, I think the gaps are getting smaller, are they?
They are. They're very small. But then there's lots of obscure things in the world. I mean, as an example, I want it kind of looks, probably people think of it as being American, but I want a silo loading grain. I've got a lot of Hornby Haygates grain and
hoppers.
Yeah, hopper wagons, Haigs, and all that sort of thing. So I want to be able to load them from some silos. So eventually, I'm not gonna 3D print it; it's too big. But once I've built the silos, I need all the paraphernalia to go around them. And the latest thing that I've designed, which has not come to market yet, is an auger system. So I've seen it quite a few times on American layouts, but it's not something you can buy. They basically scratch built it. So that's something that I've now designed. And another one, which again is not very common and nobody makes them to buy, is a V-belt conveyor, the sort of thing you see on gravel pits where they're conveying the gravel along and so forth. So I've come up with a design which is modular. I never make single designs. I always make it to help scratch builders. So basically you buy the 2 ends and then you can buy bits in the middle and make it as long as you want. So it will fit whatever, you wish for the size of diorama you want to make. Rachel's asking, what's the hardest thing you've tried to print? What's the hardest thing? I've got an Enigma. I've got a garage. So there's a range of 4 garages, two of them like 2 different sizes, and one's brick and one's prefabricated concrete. And it's a beautiful design. It's really detailed, but I keep going back to it and trying to print it, and it doesn't come out. It comes out warped. It's been driving me potty for about a year. I think I've actually cut it up more recently into like a separate roof and separate walls. I think I'll have to supply it as a kit of parts that you glue together, because it just won't print. I don't know why. There's some sort of strain or tension in the plastic that once it's set for a couple of days, it then warps.
Wow. Oh. Yes. What can I say? I would like to have a chat with you offline directly when I haven't had so much alcohol. I should admit that, but I'm struggling, to be honest with you. But I can still drive a train. It'd be interesting to have a chat with you. There's so many interesting people around this hobby, but there's so many specialists doing specialist stuff like yourself. Yeah. Anything you would like to add, Timber Surf? I mean, there's still 15 of us. We are the stragglers.
Little private 3D printing club.
Yeah,
was just asked. He tried to print 3D milk bottles. Total failure. Yeah, I have cracked that. I did do a milk crate, which had the milk bottles in, and I put it into market, and people have bought them, but it's an absolute nightmare to paint it, and that's half the other problem. It's all right, me making a 3D design and printing it, but then some poor bugger's got to paint it. So if it's all one piece and it's really fine detail, painting it is just so hard. But more recently, I've cracked the bottles and I'm now printing them in clear resin and green resin and brown resin. There's a range of 13 different bottles that actually print individually. And I also supply the crates that they go in. So you can paint the crate brown. The bottles are self-colored and you just drop them in. So you can have empty crates, half full crates, and then full crates, whatever suits you.
That's where Pronto Das Clay, I know what that is, comes in. Yes.
I don't know where that comes in. Where does Pronto Das Clay come in?
That's from Fly Mode Chairman. Das Clay is that kind of way you get it out of the bag, and you've got about 20 minutes to mold it into something, and you leave it overnight, and it goes solid.
Yeah, it's air drying.
Air drying clay, yeah.
I don't know how that relates to 3D printing.
Well, no, but if you haven't got a 3D printer and you know what you're doing with your little spatulas and that kind of thing, you can make some stuff from it.
I wouldn't like to carve a milk bottle out of Das Clay. My eyesight isn't that good. That's why I do 3D printing.
Yeah, fair enough. I've kind of like into my PVA glue and what I can do with it. All my hills are bloody J-cloth, and it's like working with fiberglass. Instead of fiberglass is the most stinkiest, nasty environment, but it produces really strong structures. So I kind of think, wow, I can use PVA glue and J-cloth as the fiberglass, and that's what all my hills are made of, and it's really cheap. Why use what is it, Sculpt to Mold and all these other products like plaster bandage, is it, that you use as well? Very not very, but costly. And all I use is a pack of J-cloths for a couple of quid, and you get 24 of them. Bottle of PVA glue, a spoonful of polyfiller, mix the whole lot up, and use it like paper mache. But when it goes off, it's like fiberglass. It's solid. It really is solid. You can actually lean on the stuff if the right membrane is underneath. So that's where I go. But there's so many ways of what is it? So many ways of not peeling an egg. Help me out here. There's so many ways of yada yada.
There is. I mean, there's a web page on my Lumsdoney website that goes into all of the different methods you can use to make scenery.
Okay.
I personally advocate using extruded polystyrene. It's the thing that all the Americans use. It's not that easy to get hold of in this country, unfortunately. But it's
you got that Kingspan, is it?
No, that's not extruded polystyrene. Kingspan tends to be a phenolic material.
Yeah, it's like a foam, isn't it? But yeah.
Well, there are 3 different types of foam. There's PAR, phenolic, and then there's extruded and expanded polystyrene. Expanded is the white ones that go to little pieces. Extruded is a much tougher one that's a structural foam, similar to the PIR and the phenolic. But the advantage of the extruded polystyrene is that you can cut it with a hot knife.
Right, okay.
So you can make all the contours and chop it up very easily with a hot wire. Whereas the
Yeah,
phenolic and the PIR, you have to go at it with a chainsaw or a big knife.
okay. I didn't want to go down those routes because it all seems so not so green.
No,
You know,
well, I mean, there's nothing wrong. You know, I don't. One of the things I advocate is not telling you my biased opinion of what's best, but showing you the pitfalls of, you know, where the errors are, so you don't fall down them. And I always say, you know, it's down to individual choice as to what your preferred method is, and that there's nothing wrong with chicken wire and you know, the old-fashioned ways of doing things. And J-cloths is a fantastic way of creating, you know, very strong structures. My personal
whatever
preference
works. It's whatever works for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it's whatever
more
works for you.
What works for you, what materials you're happy working in.
Yeah, I agree.
But I advocate not sculptor mold, because sculptor mold is very expensive, but you can make your own. I've got to make a video one day, but basically I make my own sculptor mold.
So what would it be? Something with polyfiller in it or something?
No,
like
it's not polyfiller. It's plaster of Paris and mushed up paper.
Right. Ah, there you go. There you go.
So it's basically it's a paper mache, but unlike paper mache where you would use wallpaper paste or PVA glue, you're putting plaster of Paris in it, which gives it some body and allows you to
that's what you
shape
need.
it
Yeah. There's so many ways. There's so many ways of doing this, and this model railway world is a kind of There's so much going on, isn't there?
It's amazing how many skills you need to be a good modeler.
Yeah. And it's something that the young should be brought into somehow.
That was on a live somewhere. I can't remember whether it was on your channel, but somebody was advocating that they should make it part of the school curriculum.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that might be going a little bit far, but I did start out. My father collected trains and built a layout, and then I built my own. But I really got more into it when I joined the model railway train club at school.
Okay.
Who had a teaching layout.
Yeah, it all come from my dad, really. He was a fireman after he come home after the Second World War on the southern region. He was a fireman. So you know, when he looked at engines in steam, he looked at what was coming out the funnel because he fired engines, and I got it from him, and he bought me my first train set when I was 5, and then I've never looked back because it was electrics. It was, you know, from then on, everything was connected to this model railway, and you know, there's electrics, there's scenery, there's, you know, everything about this hobby is a building block to go somewhere else, if you know what I'm trying to say. Oh, it's gone very quiet. I think the hobby is really good because there's so many different skills and interests coming together with the model railway that more new youngsters should be attracted to this hobby
and taken away from LCD screens.
Yes, that's the trouble. They're looking in and not looking out or around.
But they're not learning any skills looking at a screen.
No, you're just being brainwashed, basically, in my mind. But that's another subject. Oh, there we go. See you on the next one later. Yeah, take care, Lee. Lee's leaving the building. We're down to 15. Good night, Alan. Great stream. Good night, all. Bye-bye, Rachel. So we're we're hemorrhaging a few members, but that's all right. It's been a long stream. It's been 3 hours and 11 minutes so far. So yeah, night, Lee. Night, Rachel.
I've run out of coffee.
That's a bit of. Go on, Timber.
I've run out of coffee. I'm gonna have to go soon.
Well, I will end the stream at some point, but yeah, 3 hours 11. That's not a bad stream, is it? It's nice that we've covered a few different subjects. I've never had 4 people in before, so I'm still learning new tricks as an old dog. And so Rachel's away. Bye-bye, Rachel. And ciao, Steve. So yeah, we're getting down the numbers. So well, if you ever fancy a chat, Simba Surf,
yeah, by all means, just give us contact me on Facebook, and we'll swap phone numbers.
Okay, I'll try it, mate. I get lost in Facebook, but yes, I'll certainly go for that, matey.
Or send me an email at timbersurf@lumsdonia.co.uk.
I will do. I do run a couple of websites in the arts world as well. They're old websites now, but they're still running and still bringing in an income. But yeah, I will catch up with you if I can, sir.
By all means. Next subject.
What was that? Wait, what are you reading, Timber?
Next subject. We never discussed ballasting.
Oh no.
Well, we got sidetracked by the noise of the track, didn't we?
Yeah, we've had a good go over the whole thing, but yeah.
I don't mind ballasting. I quite enjoy it because you get a very quick return of them going, looking like a play track to looking like a railway. Well, as soon as you put the gravel down. So I know an awful lot of people hate doing it, but I must admit I do enjoy it.
I'm one of those. I don't enjoy it, but it doesn't take too long. That's the good thing.
Well, I perfected a fairly fast method, so it doesn't take forever. Then what does take forever is painting it and making it look good on the sides of the rails, which is a nightmare.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm not sure if I want to spray paint the center of the rail to get the darkness, or do I want to paint it again with more watercolor and PVA? Trouble with
I don't like
PVA,
the shiny sides of the rails because they're always rusty. So the least I want to do is to put the brown on the sides of the rails, which I do with an airbrush, which is quite quick and easy.
Right. But what do you spray them with? Acrylics or what?
Acrylic, yeah.
Acrylic.
Or enamel, umbral enamel. I use both in an airbrush.
Okay. I gather the acrylics are water-based, are they, or not?
They are, yeah. It's the modern way of doing it, and they are, I must admit, a lot easier to clean. You don't have to deal with solvents and things.
Yeah.
And I've even used artists' acrylics. So instead of buying expensive, I'm a cheapskate. So instead of buying expensive, Army Painter or these fancy known brands of airbrush paint, I've even tried watering down, and I did a load of research to work out the right thinners so that I can put artists' acrylics, the ones you get from the Works or something like that for £2 a tube.
Yeah.
And I have actually managed to spray paint with those quite effectively. So that's very cheap.
I use what is it, Winsor Newton watercolor?
Yeah, that's the top end of the acrylics. But if you're doing spray painting, most people would say you should buy, the ones that come pre-made as an airbrush paint from Army Painter, and I can't think of the other names of the brands that.
Yeah, it's like Rail Match and all these companies, aren't they, that are putting out specialised colours in it.
Rail Match is like Humbrol; they are enamels.
Yes, okay, enamels, are they? Okay. I do use enamels, but they're stinky and not good for the environment, are they? So
no, but
I'm quite happy with. I mix watercolors with PVA, and that will spray as well. So we're all going down these different avenues, aren't we?
Yeah.
And as for the side of the rail, nickel silver doesn't take long to go off, does it?
No, but it doesn't look
tarnish.
It still looks silvery rather than rusty coloured.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yes, I'll give you that.
I mean, the whole point of nickel silver is that it doesn't go rusty, it doesn't stain, it doesn't, tarnish.
No, it does tarnish quickly, though, doesn't it?
Not that much.
Huh?
It shouldn't be.
Give it a few weeks, and I've got to put my railway cleaner around because nickel silver was a good conductor, but after a couple of weeks, it gets a tarnish to it. Well, that's what I think, anyway. So.
Yeah, thank you, Clyde.
Yeah,
Vallejo is a well-known airbrush paint. Probably named Vallejo or Vallejo as it's spelt.
Yeah, I've not tried any of that.
No, but they're expensive. They're like £3 or £4 for a little tiny bottle. It's pre-thin, so it doesn't go very far at all.
Right, you better go to B&Q and buy a 20, a big pot of the stuff and use it liberally or something.
Well, it wouldn't quite go to using B&Q 20 litres, but yeah, your artists' acrylics are much cheaper than the hobby acrylics and work just as well.
Yeah, once you put a speciality to it, it's like speedboats and golf and everything else. The price goes through the ceiling, doesn't it?
Well, the point with like Vallejo is that you can buy. There's probably a range of 300 different colours, which if you're trying to match something, then yes, you can go and buy the same colour and it'll be a perfect match. Whereas if you buy artists' acrylics, you've only got a choice of about 8 different colours, so you have to mix your own shade.
You have to mix your own. Yes.
Then you may not be able to replicate perfectly if you come to do the other half or something later on.
Yes, you are stamping on these grounds. Sometimes I mix watercolors up to a certain thing and I use them. I must guarantee that I make enough solution up to do more than what I'm doing. Because if you run out before you finish the project, you will never remix that color again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I always overdo. If I'm going to paint a bridge and I mix up a color or whatever, and I mix more than I have to, so I have to pour it into a pot and try and save it for other projects. But if you run out before you finish a project, you will never in a lifetime mix exactly the same shade again. So, does that make sense?
Yeah. But on the other hand, if you do, track as an example, no 2 pieces of track are going to look the same. So if you mix another batch and it's slightly different shade, that
doesn't matter really, does it? It might be a different batch of gravel that's been layered, but yeah, I mean, you can get away with it on your gravel for different shades because different works lay some more gravel down, and yeah, it doesn't have to be all the same color, does it? And
right.
Another work group will come along and do 2 miles of track and then re-gravel it in a totally different kind of shade of granite. So yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah.
If you're doing a loco where you want it to be consistent colour, for a particular known shade, then yes, you need to mix up a big batch. But if you're doing scenic work, you need to reflect nature, which is never the same in two different places. It's like static grass.
Totally
You never put one single colour of static grass down in one area. You need to vary the lengths and the colours and the shades so that it looks more natural.
Yeah. I mean, static grass is one of the things that I fall over. But Mark comes up and he does this static grass and he puts all these different. I've bought all these different static grass, different lengths, different colours for him to for him to just do whatever he wants. He says, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "No, just do it, Mark. Go on." And he's got some surprising results. If I done it, it would be the same color. We in my day we only had coloured sawdust, didn't we, to sprinkle down?
Yeah. Flock.
But now this
You've got to
static
be very
grass
careful
thing
how
is.
you say that.
Huh?
Flock. But you've got to be very careful how you say it.
Say that again.
Flock. Flock was what it was called.
Okay. All right.
You coloured sawdust. That's the official name for it.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. And it was just dyed sawdust.
It was, yeah. You could buy it from a couple of suppliers. Hornby was one of them.
Right.
I think it was Gauge Master. Yeah, you used to be able to buy flock in various colours. I've still got lots of packets of it. And it was literally dyed bits of sawdust.
Yeah, from the sawmill.
Which I then, of course, being me an alternative modeller, I had to have a go myself. And you can. You literally buy emulsion paint from B&Q. You mix it in with sawdust. You then have to lay it out in the sun, spread very thinly so it doesn't join itself together.
Yeah,
and
so
you've got a cheap source of flock.
Okay. Wow. That's been interesting. Very interesting that you've tried all these techniques yourself already.
Well, unfortunately, it tends to stick, and you end up with a thin, crusty layer rather than separate sawdust. But eventually worked out you can buy. I don't think you can buy them anymore. But when you go to the paint shop now, they don't carry stocks of tins. They carry a base paint and some dye and create the shade for you. But going back 20 odd years ago, the likes of B&Q actually sold little pots of paint dye. So you could buy a white emulsion and then add the dye to suit to make a different shade. So I discovered that you could use the dye just in the sawdust, and then because there's no paint in it, it doesn't stick together and it stays separate.
Crazy. Wow. I should be saying goodnight to people because they're slowly going out of the building, but listening to Timber Surf and your experiments with all these things, that's great. It's crazy.
I'm definitely coming around to thinking.
I remember. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of the comments. Sorry?
I'm definitely coming around to thinking of coining the phrase for myself as the alternative modeller.
The alternative modeller, yeah.
Because I don't like buying things off the shelf because they seem expensive. So I always, being an engineer, I try and re-engineer it and work out how I can make it myself a lot cheaper.
Yeah, why not? Indeed. Engineer. Yeah. I got involved in engineering because I wanted to get away from truck driving. So I can weld. I can follow drawings, and some of the engineers that give me drawings, I kind of looked at them and thought, something wrong with this drawing. Anyway, I think the beer is taking over. And anyway, timber stuff. I hope we can talk at a point. We've only got 9 people in the house now, so I'm considering, should I shut it down or should I go? Should I stay or should I blow? What should I do?
I think we should probably call it time.
Simon's still here. Huh?
I think we should call it time.
Should I?
Yeah. We've prattled on long enough.
Yeah. So thanks, Timbersurf, for the engaging chat. I hope we can chat one-to-one at some
You're
point.
Welcome. And we will get in touch with each other, yeah?
Yes, please. There's so much going on, and yeah, let's talk. Yeah, there's chat going on in the plumbers hemp and carpet underlay. See, there's things going on in the background, which is great. It's nice to put up a platform for the model railway lot to share and talk in the background with each other and share links. It's really kind of quite nice. Even though there was only 10 of us here, it's doing a live stream is what can I say? It's not beneficial to me, but or is it? But it's nice for everybody to come together and share their thoughts and share links. There's just links going on to Timber Surf videos, so you're getting shared at the moment. Time, gentlemen, please take your glasses back to the bar. That's Newlyn. That's Clive, I think. So yeah. I'm going to stay going for another 10 minutes.
Does Clive want a lock-in?
He wants a lock-in, yeah. Pull the curtains. So, yeah. Actually, excellent. So, I was thinking about doing a Sunday, the first Sunday in every month, but maybe I should be here again next week at 9 o'clock because, well, if I can attract railway modelers to come and chat, it's a bit like having a tea room, a private tea room, or a private bar. Let them come in.
It's like having a model railway club.
Go on, Timber.
It's like having a model railway club.
It is like having a virtual club, yeah. Yeah, Clive. Hang on, Clive. Yeah, Clive. That's all right. It's Newlyn, isn't it? Time, gentlemen. I'm putting up links. What about talking about? Yeah, you can talk about me if you want, but I think I've had my fill. I've still got another beer on the sideboard here. I've still got a beer on the sideboard here. I'm not worried who comes round here. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Go for it. I have trouble keeping up with the chat, but on that note, let's try this. Oh, steady, baby.
Well, at least you interact with the chat, unlike someone else we know who doesn't see messages for 20 or 30 minutes.
I'll try and keep up with the chat, and I like to have a beer while I'm doing this. And it is Sunday night; it's a time to relax. I think it's about like midnight. So forgive me for my yeah. You have your own brewery. Yes, I like my own brewery. Could drink and play trains at the same time. There you go. We're down to 9 now. So I'm going to change cameras, which I should do. Here we go. Well, thank you for the 9 people that are still here. Take care. I'm going to end the stream now. So I think the chat goes on, so let it go on. I should say Alan at Buckland Junction. Alan out.
Ciao for now.